Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TD Waterhouse Stadium. We'll be underway in about 7 minutes. Coach KJ and Coach John McKay giving your play-by-play here for some varsity OPFL action. So hang tight. We are about 6 minutes away from kickoff.
Welcome to MRSN, ESPN, and our YouTube stream, Mustang TV, Junior Mustang TV, that is, and our producer, Adam Melrose. And I just want to thank Adam for just a great job of bringing you football from TD Stadium today. It's been a wonderful day here, beautiful weather. We thought we were going to have thunderstorms. I'm KJ Kennedy. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play. I've got my man, John McQuay Nerzuku, the John Fan Zone, which you will see when we unveil the OPFL. And I'll just let Adam bring us in here. Adam Melrose, talk about today.
You know what, KJ, it's been an absolutely beautiful day here at TD Waterhouse Stadium. Great game by the Bantams just now against the Durham Dolphins, clinching and winning the Western Championship, which is pretty fantastic. The boys played a fantastic game, and this varsity game looking to be a beauty as well. You know, it's chilled off a little bit. I think these boys will be a little more relaxed on the field, and really excited for this 7 o'clock kickoff. John McKay, what are you feeling?
I think you are absolutely right. It's a scorcher out here. The London Junior Mustangs have home field advantage, which is absolutely pivotal here. And absolutely key is coaching as well.
John McQuay, talk about the scenarios, because there's a lot of scenarios at stake here in varsity. First place is on the line. And, Adam, today we saw the Junior Mustang Bantam team as John McQuay is getting that ready for us. John McQuay, Cambridge Lions won today in Essex, and what a game that must have been, 16-14. A talented Essex Ravens team, and Cambridge against the West Division, and then the Junior Mustangs with their win today, clinching the West here. But you know, as I do, Adam, playoff games are tough to win, and when you get an experienced guy like Glenn Mills, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the first round, but I think it's safe to say the second round is kind of shaping up to be an Ottawa-Cambridge in Cambridge, and of course the Essex Ravens will travel to the Junior Mustangs. Adam, what do you think?
I'm really looking forward to seeing the film on that Essex-Cambridge game, because if it was a 2-point game, it had to have been very interesting. And great offenses both sides of the ball there.
I think they're winning.
And great defense both sides of the ball. So it must have been a beauty down there, and because they played in Cambridge as well, right?
It was in Essex.
Oh, it was in Essex. Wow, so Cambridge on the travel. And
but you know as well as I do, Adam, Glenn Mills is, they won the Bantam Championship last year. The championship, even though they got to come here in London, it goes through the Essex Ravens, and hats off to them on a great season as we get ready for some playoff football. One more week of regular season in Bantam, and then now I'm going to let John McQuay bring us in. This is interesting, Adam, because there's all kinds of scenarios, and that Cambridge-Essex game is a huge game. If Essex wins, they're in first, but I'll let John McQuay take us through it.
All right, guys, so you heard about it a little bit when I was doing the Bantam banter there. All scenarios assume London defeats Guelph. So the two other teams that were playing, of course, we talked about it, Cambridge and Essex. Of course, Cambridge came out on top, and we had Hamilton at Niagara.
This is in varsity. They haven't played yet.
Oh, they have not played.
Yeah,
so these are
varsity.
all still valid, okay? Yeah. Scenario 1 is if Essex wins against Cambridge and Hamilton wins against Niagara Spears, that would propel Essex into first with 14 points. London would sit second with 13 points, and Hamilton would come out in third with 12 points. Cambridge at fourth with 10 points, and rounding it out with Niagara at 8 points.
We did the first loss in 25 games for the Mustangs.
Yes, we did.
In that 6 overtime. Wouldn't that be an interesting first round game? Hamilton coming to London, and maybe a repeat of another crazy 6 overtime game.
That would be
What's
crazy.
What's the next scenario, John McQuay?
The next scenario would be if Essex were to win against Cambridge and Niagara were to win against the Hamilton Junior Ticats. That would put Essex in first with 14 points. It would put London in second with 13 points. It would put Niagara in third with 10 points.
Let me cut you off 1 second here. Hey, Adam, talk about the handshake before the game. Why is this happening? There's been some issues in the OPFL you decided to have handshakes in the varsity level before
very,
the game. Why is that, Adam?
true.
You know, I know there's been a few altercations, to put it lightly, in some of these games, and really unfortunate. You know, that you see this a lot in hockey now too, just because the end of the games are so heated. And I'm not a huge fan, Coach. It
can be hard for me, Adam.
Yeah, you know what? It's if you're shaking my hand before the game, we better be shaking afterwards as well, because we're going to show up as men and leave as men. But we're going to play. We're going to play the game when it's going.
Yeah, you know, and John McQuay, as we go through the scenarios, give us scenario 3, John McQuay, because this is an interesting one.
Again, scenario 3 would be if Cambridge were to win against Essex and Hamilton were to win against Niagara. We'll do this after the national anthem.
Of our national anthem.
Well, that's it. Your national anthem fans here at TD Stadium on a beautiful summer day. John McQuay, scenario 3, finish it off for us.
Scenario 3 would once again be if Cambridge were to win and Hamilton were to win. London would sit first in 13 with 13 points. Cambridge would land second with 12 points. Essex would be third with 12 points. And Hamilton would have 12 points. Now, because it was a head-to-head, Cambridge defeated both Essex and Hamilton. That's why they would get the number 2 seed. The 4th scenario would be if Cambridge were to win and Niagara were to win. London would come out with 13 points in first. Cambridge would be in second with 12. And Essex would be in third with 12 points. That head-to-head contest, Cambridge defeated both Essex and Niagara defeats Hamilton.
Wow, what different scenarios, Adam, as we're going into this game. You know, the Varsities were on a 25-game winning streak. They lost a heartbreaker in Hamilton and another heartbreaker. And we're going to have Hilton Kretze at halftime. The Pee Wee Blue coach will come in and do an interview. But Adam, you know, those 2 losses, heartbreaking losses, and that tie kind of gives the Mustangs an edge, but they need a Cambridge win. They'll at least have one home game, which is pretty good for the Mustangs. Yep. But this could be interesting. Adam, they're waiting for you to speak. They want to see if your mic's working.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you know what? I think it's just going to be a great football game. I think it's cooled off. I think these boys are ready to rock and roll. And happy to be here with you guys to call this game for sure.
You know, I'll talk about a few things, John McQuay. And I don't have my sponsorship sheet here. For some reason, my Wi-Fi is not working. But I will say this, guys. IRS Securities. This first kickoff will be sponsored by them. We'll talk about all our great sponsors today, John McQuay, on this broadcast. Junior Mustang TV, ready for the kickoff. Guelph in their white and black, left to right on your radio or TV dial. They kick it onside, high.
Onside, Gabriel
the Mustangs get it. It hits number 24, and it is caught, John McQuay, by the Mustangs, and it'll be a first down. But I like Guelph's, the way they've come out here, attacking the Mustangs with a short kick.
Danny Nguyen on the tackle there, number 21 for the Griffins there. I'm getting tongue twisted.
Oh, no.
Gabriel Magyar Santan was the kicker there. There's a man down for Guelph. A lot of action really quickly. So an onside kick elected there to the left side, the strong side of the field for the Griffins here. Unfortunately, they did not recover. A very great hands team from the London Junior Mustangs there, Jay.
And one of the guys that you talked about earlier in the year.
16.
Number
it was
24.
Kalen Vanderpool who was down. He's up on his own accord.
John McQuay, number 24, one of your guys. He's out of the Western University. The DB, Curtis Minifee, was the guy that was able to get that deflection. And what a great play. So here we go, guys. We got first down. We got Taylor Elgurzma. He's starting his 7th game or 8th game this year. And as they walk the player off. The Mustangs come out 3-2. Gallant set to his left. Alguerzma from the 45. He's looking to pass right away. He takes a shot down the field. He's got his man, and
he's got it!
And it is caught, and I don't know the number.
14.
It's number 14 on the catch for the Mustangs. That's Joe Brennan out of Laurier High School with a huge gain that time from the 45-yard line all the way down to the 10, a 35-yard gain right there, John McQuaid.
Yeah, the two-man got beat there. That's the halfback's responsibility. That's Aiden, number 22, Aiden Haley from Centennial CVI, coach. As we see the early handoff here.
Dylan Gallant gets the ball, and he's wrapped up at about
at the
6-yard line, so let's call it a 4-yard gain, John McQuaid.
Yeah, from the D tackle there. Big fella there, number 41, Ben Lane from Centennial SVI. So Centennial putting themselves on the map here.
So hey, John McQuaid, this Red Zone Drive is brought to you by the King of Pigs, one of our new sponsors, the JVs, as the Mustangs come up with a 2nd down from the 6-yard line and go with Alguerzma 3. This time he's got tight end to set to his right, 3-2 look. He hands the ball off to Gallant. Gallant bounces outside. He's got some room. It's a touchdown.
In the way.
Dylan
Number
Gallant.
5 fell off. Thomas Ness got exposed. Put on skates.
And what a good job by the offensive line there. And what a great way to start for the Mustangs on the short field. 10:38 to go, John McQuaid. Talk about that drive and how important that was for the Mustangs.
Well, when you get a gasher like that, when you take your shot and you're successful, it gives you all the momentum in the world, coach. And they took their shot. They had it. We talked about that. Aiden Haley, unfortunately, got beat deep for about 30 yards. And then from there, it's just trying to play catch-up.
And here comes your buddy, Mr. Automatic. We got Nixon with the hold. The snap is going to come through, and Brian Garrity punches it through.
A high snap, and those two are heading somewhere. I'll tell you what, that combination of Nixon and Garrity.
2 Western Mustangs. Coach Marshall will be happy as these guys are putting in their work. Max Nixon, talk a bit about him, John. I think he's the player of the year this year for the
Max Nixon is definitely taken some names, and he's taken some trophies home, I think, this year as well, Jay. The kid's playing great on both sides of the football. At the safety position, he is unstoppable. He is just one of the monsters of the Midway from 1985. He's a Steve Atwater from the Broncos. Jeez.
So, Adam, talk about Beckett Insurance has been a great Mustang sponsor. You're the producer. You got Alex Stoddard out here doing the filming. Talk a bit about Beckett Insurance and their commitment to the Junior Mustangs.
You know what? It's always great to have fantastic sponsors, as we do. We got and that list keeps growing every week. I get a new logo we got to put up on the screen, and I think it's just great knowing that Beckett are always looking after us, and we could just rely on them every year for their support. So thanks again to Beckett.
Here comes the kickoff. Brian Garrity lines it up on the right hash, and he drives it deep down to the middle, right to the right hash. It goes through the hands of the returner, and the Guelph returner's got the football, and about 8 yards into his end zone, he comes out. He makes the guy miss, and he's going to get wrapped up at about the 8-yard line, John McQuaid.
Oh my
Great coverage, and there's Timo Scheel, used to play running back in on the tackle.
Man. Number 5 on the carry there, Thomas Ness. It slipped right through his hands as the returner, and he was able to get it out of the end zone, avoid panic and distress, and get it out to about the 8-yard line there, Jay.
So this drive, John McQuaid, brought to you by the London Junior Mustangs, Beckett Insurance, as we talked about earlier. And so for this drive, John McQuaid, what does Guelph need to do? I mean, they're starting deep in their own territory. The onside kick kind of backfired.
Very familiar with Stevenson Bone, their offensive coordinator.
And he said they're going to throw the ball over the field because they have a hard time running the ball, John. They only got 4. Look at this formation, John.
Look at this.
This is interesting as they line up in a wacky formation. They reset it as the O-line comes back in.
London
I love it.
Junior Mustangs are not fooled, though. That's just...
And here's the quarterback as number 8 takes the football, throws it to the flat. Nice little throw. This is the guy he talked about, number 3, Thomas. Yeah. He's their best player, and he gets about 8 yards. He takes it close to a first down, John McQuaid, on the flats.
Yep, Jacob Thomas, number 3 there. He's a star athlete, so we'll look for a lot of production from him today, Coach Jay. But we talked about Coach Stevenson Bone, our familiarity with him. He's a product of the London University of Western Ontario system, so he's actually implemented that offense into the Guelph system, which we're not used to seeing.
Yeah, it's interesting how Guelph has come out.
And look at this.
Yeah, here they go once again with this odd formation. They kind of stack the O-line one way on the other hash, and the referees are kind of setting up.
Yeah, and
they're measuring it actually, John. So actually, they're tipping their hand a little bit too early.
Yeah.
This first measurement will be brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. So the first measurement of the game. And what are you taking, John McQuaid? As we get Justin Nixon in the house ready, as we got Game Shack going right there. And he's gonna jump in.
I just want to kind of take it apart cerebrally and understand the justification of why you would line up like that. And I think it's to expose what kind of coverage you have on the edges, Coach. By moving your offensive line, you essentially move over the defensive box.
Yeah.
So you have to declare who's matched up against who.
What are you taking here, John, though, on the measurement? You taking the first down? I'm saying they're short. What are you
That's a
taking?
first down. Come
John,
on.
so let's see who's right here. The Crown Rust Protection. First down, first measurement of the day.
Come on, Books.
Yeah, Books and his pops. And it is short. And Coach John McQuay, I got you. I'm 1-0 on you right now.
Okay, I owe you hot Italian.
Hot Italian, there we go.
Yeah.
Air KJAX Communications, MRSN, ESPN. And we're just glad that we can bring you Junior Mustang TV on YouTube. And
So
here we go.
we see another unique formation.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it looks like they got 70 guys on the field,
Oh
John.
my goodness. Stevenson Bone is like
Yeah.
unveiling
He's unveiling
some
something.
parchment, not even a playbook. He has some like old school scripture stuff.
And it's
As we
going
see
to
an
be
inside
good for
run.
a first here.
Yeah, it's good
John.
for a first. Oh,
The ball
wait!
comes out, Max
the
Nixon
ball!
got it.
What?
Let's see what happens.
not blown dead.
No, I think it was, John.
Yeah, it was blown dead. No, they say it's a turnover!
Max Nixon.
Max
recovers the
Niston
ball.
comes up with it. What? What?
Yeah. That's,
Okay.
yeah, that's
A couple of the Guelph Griffins are standing around just
Yeah.
as confused as we are.
I guess what happened there, and it's again, we don't have replay, but I'll tell you, it looked like they had the first down, and Nixon just ripped it out. And that's the thing we talked about earlier in the game. Talk about Max Nixon and his playmaker, but he can do it anyway.
Yeah.
Fake field goals,
Yeah.
returns. Look at that.
It's just too volatile. When you put that kind of stuff on film, especially heading into playoff bound scenarios, that really gets really difficult and frustrating for the opposing team. He lines up as the strategic piece on PATs, points after tries. He lines up as a safety. Like, he's in every pivotal position. It's volatile stuff. Here we see trips from the offense. ISO on the backside into double coverage. Touchdown! Woo! Oh my goodness, I fainted.
John McQuay. John McQuay's pretty excited here on a Saturday night. Tim Beck gets the catch.
Did you see that?
That's an amazing throw from the 19-yard
Into double
line.
coverage.
And
Toe tap.
Tim Beck goes up to it. And I'll tell you, I talked to Gersma during the week, John, and he talked about getting the ball to all different guys. I mean, Jamal Mosen has been his guy all year. And as you see, his first two throws, big throws, and he gets a touchdown pass to Tim Beck.
Bruh, give me a sponsor really quick. Budapest Restaurant, you guys are so delicious. I'm naming this after you guys. That was some Jama toe drag swag, baby. Budapest Restaurant. Max Nixon on the hold. Point after tries automatic between Garrity and Max Nixon.
Yeah, and Garrity, and once again, a good snap. Once again, and that's one thing John McQuay, the Mustangs do good. Adam, talk about this start. Wow, the Mustangs really trying to put their
It's light
stamp
speed.
on getting that win tonight.
I'm getting a little bit of deja vu from the Bantam game earlier, where it was just, geez, we were not even through half the first, and we got big points on the board, and the theme of the day is preparedness. And man, like, both Mustangs teams just looking fantastic right out of the gates today, and I'm sure they'll be getting second teams in soon. But yeah, amazing to see just the tempo they're bringing at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and one of our new sponsors, one of our sponsors on Air KJAX Communications, Mama's Hot Italian. This kickoff presented to you by them. It's just a great opportunity when you have all these different people in the community coming forth and sponsoring our program. And again, just thank you to all our sponsors. Here we go. Brian Garrity from the 45, balls on the right hash. The Guelph Griffins have two guys
Just to
on the
note,
goal line.
Max Nixon's over on the hands team. They launch it up to Max Nixon.
got it.
He's able to tap it out. Jay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell. I'm so
No,
sorry.
you gotta
this,
settle.
This kid is ridiculous.
gotta
This
settle.
kid is outrageous.
You got
he
this,
was
John.
able to.
Oh no, they're calling it. Didn't go 10. So the referee. I think if we saw the replay, I think it did.
No, that
Yeah.
was NFL caliber.
Yeah.
Coach, you know what? I was just about to exude the glory of Max Nixon because he played basketball there. He was able to box out his opposing man and literally shield off. All you need to do is make contact with the ball,
Yeah.
and
They
it's
just
your
said it
possession.
didn't go 10, and
Yeah.
I disagree.
I
with the call.
disagree, absolutely.
I mean, look
agree.
where they're putting the ball.
No, I don't agree.
Like,
with
I don't
that.
even get that. I don't
Yeah.
understand. It went to that's from the 45,
That
and they're
was
putting the
brilliant.
ball over the 55. So that would be Mustang ball.
That's brilliant.
This makes
yeah,
no sense.
that makes zero sense.
It makes zero sense. So, anyways, 1st and 10 for the Guelph Griffins with this
Ridiculous.
crazy. O-line. I think this is a Matt
They did it
Snyder
again.
formation.
They did it again.
This is a Matt Snyder
Yeah.
formation, John,
Yeah.
as they run the jet sweep.
Yeah,
Look,
jet
and they throw the
sweep.
screen
Yeah.
almost.
Timo almost
shield.
had there. As he's tackled, they sniffed it out still, number
Travis
96.
Travis Skinner,
or
number
99,
was
sorry.
on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Travis Skinner.
John McQuay, you got so much energy. It was so hot up here. I thought you were gonna faint.
Oh,
and
bro.
You're just calling everything.
Well,
love you for it.
luckily, I'm used to the speed, as Adam Melrose alluded to. The Bantam game that you were involved with, Coach, it was at light speed. We weren't even set up by the time you guys came out of the gate scoring.
Well, our kids work really hard, and I got to tell you, it's a testament to the coaches and those kids and how hard they work. Here we go.
And to
Guelph,
you.
Second and about, let's call it 8 yards, John McQuay.
Okay, so
they got 2x2 with a little motion to 3x2 to the boundary.
Yep.
They freeze it. They come back out. That's a Mustang look, and they throw it, and it's just incomplete. And
is that captain's all hooks?
yeah, all hooks. And again, we talk. He talked about his quarterbacks. He's got a first-year guy,
Yep.
and he's got a grade 11 guy.
Wow.
A second-year guy and a grade 11 guy. And I wish we had their roster names there. That's number 8 at quarterback, and he just overshot his receiver a little bit. It'll set up a punting situation with 7:34 to go here, and. The Mustangs, with their great return team, Galan is going back there, and new returners, it looks like, John McQuay.
As a special teams coordinator, they have a entire roster switch in terms of the substitution, the Guelph Griffins. It's a lot to keep account for, Coach, as a special teams coordinator.
But here's the thing, though, we've got 2 new returners, John McQuay. I don't see Jamal Molson back there, but I do see Galan. I'm trying to get you the other number.
Yeah, short man.
Guelph will be kicking it. The kicker will be
returner.
kicking it from about his 42-yard line,
He's
left
going to add
hash.
into the box. Look at this intricacy.
Yeah, they're bringing some pressure here, the Mustangs are. Ball bounces on the ground, and this could be blocked. And
it is blocked!
Max, it's number 11 this time. Shawan Lee out of Lucas.
Goodness.
The ball goes out of bounds, and Shawan Lee with the big block. And the Mustangs are firing on all cylinders here.
Man. Jeez.
Yeah, hey, Adam, you were a big guy on defense. Talk about the special teams, how important they are, and how the Mustangs come flying out of the gate on specials.
Yeah, you need your hungriest animals on that punt block, and clearly, again, the Mustangs are there, the tempo's there, those boys are hungry. It's a hot day, and the fact that they got that much energy on a hot day like this, I'm looking forward to seeing how long that lasts. But hey, I'll take it all day. Like, put them back deep in their end. This is beautiful.
I think, like you said, John McQuay, you talked about special teams, and I know Matt Stoddard spoke to our Bantam team. The first thing he said to us, 3 special teams are going to win this football game. Well, we came out and returned the first kick, even though Tyrell Campbell didn't get it in the air. Yep. Here we go for Taylor Guersma, 3x2 motion from 89, and he's got him in the flat. He looks, he gets it out to him. That's Curtis Fortune, and he breaks a tackle. Curtis Fortune breaks another tackle. And Curtis Fortune's that kind of guy that you like, John. Always working out.
Yeah, keeps the legs churning, and that's a product of environment. When you enrich yourself in a gym environment, in that toiled, a grinding environment, this is a daylight walk. It's a walk
Curtis
in the park.
Fortune got his first offer, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
And he's really happy about that. But this is a kid that's only in grade 11, John McQuay. And I'll tell you, this is what he's going to do. He's going to go home, eat a 1,200-calorie meal.
Yep.
And he's going to go kick the ball for an hour, and he's going to go do sprints. He's going to lift till about 2 in the morning. That's the kid's regime.
Love it.
Here we go, 3x2 for El Guersma as he looks to the right, and he gets the ball to his man, Jamal Mosen.
Mosen
Jamal.
number 51.
And Mosen Jamal's going to make a guy move. He leaps over the guy, and he stretches, and he's going to be down at about the 1-yard line, an 18-yard gain to their best player on offense for sure, and that's Mosen Jamal. Mazen Jamal.
See, I already had the ambulance on speed dial. See, I'm prepared this week. See, my heart, it fluttered when he jumped in the air.
Yeah.
I had visions of NFL.
Well, you see Mazen Jamal, and guys, he's a guy that went to Laurier. He's a University of Western commit.
Talent.
And boy, are they ever getting a talented guy. I remember last year, the South product that was just a tremendous receiver for the Mustangs. Reminds me very much like him as he comes on side here. Well, actually, he's a little bit wide. They flank him out. Taylor Guersma with the big truck formation in. Galan is the lone setback behind El Guersma. El Guersma takes the ball, hands the outside run, and Galan's got his second one, a 1-yard scamper. Touchdown, Junior Mustangs.
And that was number 36 who met him in the hole. That's Logan Clyde, the linebacker out of Glenview Park, who tried to meet a absolute truck in the hole and just he said no.
Well, he said no.
He said no.
Budapest with their second short yardage touchdown red zone, touchdown there. The thank you to the Budapest restaurant. As the Mustangs are able to get in. Hey, John, guess what? And Adam, we've got tons of guys tomorrow on live stream in the Canada Cup, Ontario versus BC. Make sure you don't miss that, fans. Here we go. Garrity,
Good luck to
new
our
holder.
boys.
This time it's number 23, Johnny Pants. Out of Banty, he puts the ball down, and the Western commit.
Perfect.
Isn't that interesting? They're using two different holders. Why are
Yeah.
they doing that, John? Tell the fans why they might do that.
Because as a coach on special teams, you're always accounting for the worst case scenario, which would be a fire call. And the first pivotal man who touches the ball is, of course, the holder. He's the guy who's going to scramble and call fire, 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 go, go, go. In that case, you're looking at depth, you're looking at routes, and you're looking for your own defensive formation. But by switching up the holder, you're unveiling two different playbooks, two whole segments of varieties of plays that these kids can run. And as we know, Max Nixon is a conundrum in himself. And then we now have another case. Oh, geez.
Well, hey,
They're in
fans,
for a
the
long
London Junior
day.
Mustangs are pleased to announce a legacy campaign, a home to call your own fundraising initiative. The initiative will be a multi-year project designed to aid in developing our own football facility. We're asking players, families to collect touchdown pledges for their team. How it works is simple. Just ask friends, parents, family members to pledge a monetary amount per touchdown scored this season. There are 4 ways to pledge: one-time pledge, touchdown pledge, max pledge, legacy pledge. Pledge forms are available at the hub, so let's get some touchdowns. And thank you to Kim Starter for handing off all the sponsors to me so I can bring
Griffins
them
are
to you.
giving Brian Garrity so much respect, lining up in their end zone as number 14 has the return here. It's a middle return for the Guelph Griffins. Pretty vanilla stuff on both returns here. Just looking to secure the yardage here, Jay.
Yeah, and again, Johnny Pants and number 55, Timo Shields all over the field today. He's a D lineman, folks, and he gets his second assisted tackle with Johnny Pants.
And I'm not going to lie to anybody. I had a personal one-on-one conversation with Mr. Timo Shield prior to this game, telling him to stay hydrated and that the expectancy is high for him today. Coach's eyes are on him.
Well, you know, the Mustangs and Coach Bone, as his Guelph Griffins come out, they are in a 2x2 set, pistol formation. The ball falls on the
fumbled.
ground. This has been
Why would they blow it dead?
I don't know, because Timo Shield came up with it, but we're going to give...
What?
Yeah, it's okay. It is what it is. The referees are kind of...
Playing it safe there, okay.
So it's a sack this time, and that's going to be number 25 that gets it for the Mustangs. John McQuay, I don't know if you got his name there. That is Emerson Pelzinci out of Oak Ridge Secondary School, and he gets his first sack of the game.
And there it's unfortunate for the Guelph Griffins. I was just about to commend them for stopping the shenanigans, as I like to call them, the circusry, and going to a more traditional set.
3x2 here, John McQuay, and
3x2.
the quarterback barks the singles out, and he looks
Low
to his
snap
right to
again.
the boundary, and he's going to get tons of
no.
pressure. He gets out.
Oh, my
The ball
goodness.
bobbles again.
What?
And we'll get the number for you guys. I think that's number 25. And on the tackle again, Emerson Pelzinci.
When you play
doing a good
sloppy
job.
football like this, that's dangerous, coach.
Yeah, you know, Guelph, and Coach Bone talked about it. He's got a young team, and he feels like, you know, they'd be good. It'd be interesting if they get regulated, maybe about down to the regional, division. John McQuay, I think that might be, what Guelph needs to do because, you know, they just don't have the numbers, but they are going to be a good team next year because all these guys have, with the exception of 1 or 2 guys, will be able to return.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, this could act as a developmental year. If you treat it as such, then yeah, you're definitely you're poised for success long term as a strategist. Here we see max punt formation. They're bringing everybody back in. 2 returners back for the London Junior Mustangs.
Nice punt high.
Nice punt high.
And it's going to be caught. I'm trying to get you guys a number.
sandwich
I think
block.
that's Panzopoulos on the return.
Max Nixon with a key
Yeah,
sandwich
there's a couple
block.
there's a couple
Oh
flags.
my
It's going to come back.
gosh.
Oh, Panzopoulos
Ooh.
gets tackled really high by number 6 from Guelph. And
Guys, way downfield, way downfield by the
I
20
think this is
towards
gonna
the
come
end
back.
zone.
Yeah, this is gonna come
Max
back.
Nixon laid a sandwiching block, which would have opened up the lane if our returner would have hit the hole for the London Junior Mustangs.
so the Mustangs, John, up. Let me talk to
I
you
didn't
about
see
our
the-
corporate sponsors that we'd like to thank. The London Junior Mustangs would like to thank our proud corporate sponsors, Beckett Personal Injury Lawyer, Source for Sports, Oxford Learning Centers, King of the Pigs, IRS Security, Subaru of London, Centerfield Sports Facility, Crown Auto Care, Spartan Nutrition, and McMaster Chevrolet for supporting our great football community. And this drive is brought to you by Subaru of London. As quads this time, John, we don't see this too much from the Mustangs.
No, we have a 4-3 look on the defense from the Guelph Griffins. It's
Number
a screen.
16 is on the catch, and he's going to...
Great open field. Oh, great open field wrap by the linebacker there for
That's
the Guelph
Michael
Griffins.
Pitka, the star receiver out of St. Andre Bissett getting his first action of the season, and he gets
Riley,
about 4.
And that's 51, Riley Greer, the linebacker out of Bishop McDonald from the
Oh, so
Guelph
you
Griffins.
do have the Guelph. I didn't know you had it there, John.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
I'm
I
on
got an
top
extra
of it.
London Junior Mustang one, I think, here, John. I'm just let me
Sweet.
check. Yeah, there you go, John. So you got 2 of them now.
There you go.
The Mustangs down to 36 players for this ball game. A lot of injuries. Brings up second and six for El Gurzma. He's got 3-by-2, but he's got a tight end to the left of the boundary of the formation.
Again, we have a 43
He hands the ball
look.
off inside, and there goes Dylan Gallant. He rumbles
you
and
know
stumbles
what?
and bumbles, and he gets a first down, a little bit more.
Yup.
Great second and third effort, and that is
Wrapped
going to
up.
be close to a 19-yard gain and a first down for Dylan Gallant.
And that's Riley Greer and Thomas Ness once again. Thomas Ness wrapping him low, and Riley Greer having to finishing up the linebacker up high. 2 men it takes to stop this guy. Jeez.
Now, the guy that we've been wondering about, Dante Nichols with that injured ankle. Now here comes Scotty Nichols out of South in the backfield, 3-by-2, but with a tight end again to the boundary for Scotty.
Two very
As he's to the
different people.
left of El Gurzma. El Gurzma fakes the handoff. He's got Jamal
Wow,
Mosley, but he looks
beautiful,
inside.
wide open.
And he's got Tim Beck for his second touchdown of the game, John McKay. 12-yard touchdown pass.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Coach, but there's a key pivotal thing. The linebacker, the weak side linebacker is not adjusting. So they're really exposing that right now, Jay. They're running it right up that gap. They're flipping and inversing their formations. So that kid is literally negated from the play. They're literally playing with 1 less man on the field right now, the Guelph Griffins.
And Adam, you talked about it. I mean, a mirror image. It's 28-0 in the first quarter, kind of like the other game. What do you like about this start here from Taylor Gurzma, who's gone
look at
5
this.
for 5? And
The Mustangs look great, and I think, like John McKay said, the coaches have figured it out. It's a lot of 52 look from Guelph right now, and they're sending one guy. So you've got one guy covering middle zone,
Max
and
fire.
of course they're
Max
going to pick
fire.
on that.
It's a fake. He tosses it up to nobody, and it's recovered by the Guelph Griffins, as I think that was just a broken play. So once again, Coach Adam Melrose and Coach Jay, we talk about the special teams, how pivotal it is, and when you open up the playbook and expose certain things like that, it instantly alerts every team in your conference.
Yeah, I just think, though, a little ill-advised. I would have liked to see
Yeah.
Max Nixon run that in. That was a bad snap, as they brought in another holder, so Max has done 3 of the holds, and so no extra point for Brian Garrity, and it's a 27-0 lead, and that drive was brought to you by Subaru. This kickoff will be brought to you by Oxford Learning Centers. Oxford Learning is the answer, whether it's early reading or advanced calculus, and everything in between. Oxford Learning Center's unique approach to after-school tutoring can help your child succeed. Oxford Learning is pleased to partner with the London Junior Mustangs academic program. Book your session today at no cost. Just drop by the community hub.
Oh yeah, and you want some higher level learning? Here's some higher level learning for you. Number 28 lined up right behind Max Nixon, an indication that that was a meant and necessary fake. So that is a key for the London
We
Junior
had one
Mustangs,
of your friends
Coach.
just text us that the feed is going good. That's head coach Matt Snyder. Matt Snyder, congratulations. John McQuay, 8-0 the JV's back-to-back conference
Big
championships.
congratulations,
for
big
Matt.
boot from the London Junior Mustangs. It's literally a sidewinder. The man can't field at number 26. He's clapped. Woo! He is clapped in the backfield by that's Spencer Varoon.
And fans, just in case you were wondering, the JAMA fan zone will start for the OPFL championship. I can't wait for that. This guy's got so much energy. I mean, I'm exhausted. He's got me woken up completely.
I'm back, baby.
I think John McQuay and Rocco would, if they were together, it would be an interesting afternoon.
I'm back, baby. I'm back. I love being in this environment. And once again, Jay, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank the London Junior Mustangs organization enough. TD Waterhouse doing a great job in Budapest Restaurant, a taste of Hungary, London's finest Hungarian and Canadian cuisine for over 60 years. Open every day for lunch and dinner. Guests experience a taste of Hungary more than ever with a new menu featuring local favorites as well as new selections.
And that time, John McQuay, Thomas, the guy that Coach was talking to us about, Coach Bone for the Guelph Griffins, catches the football and gets about a 16-yard gain and a first down for the Guelph
Moves the
Griffins.
sticks for the Guelph Griffins for the first time there, Jay.
Nice little play, and he talked about this Thomas kid. He said he's Mr. Everything. I mean, they could put him at Wildcat quarterback. He's a guy that they like to throw the ball into the the bubble screens, if you will, like they just did, and a good play by him.
And again, some higher learning. Max Nixon just echoed some calls down to number 24, his halfback, who's spotted up against that key receiver, Coach Jay.
Nice handoff inside from Guelph, and a host of Mustangs in on the tackle. And they, of course, the guy that we haven't talked about, and what a star. He's been number 10, Craig Coleman, Parkside Secondary School, and the Western Mustang commit.
And again, that was Spencer Verdun from the Guelph Junior Griffins there, from Bishop McDonald. He's getting a lot of work here on the return game, as well as a running back, Coach Jay.
Second and, let's call it, I thought it was a 4-yard game, but it wasn't. It's second and a long 8 for the Guelph Griffins, and the quarterback for the Griffins, I was trying to get his number here for you guys. I think he's
7.
Number 7, and that's Ethan Berry. Or is it number 8? I think it's number 8, actually, John.
Yep, this is number 8, actually,
it
guys.
Gets tipped, and
that's
what a
Peyton
play.
Garvin. That's Peyton Garvin at quarterback, Coach. Sorry for the mistake.
That's okay,
there.
Peyton Garvin, but he throws his intended receiver, number 14 that time.
It's
Gabriel
dangerous
Maguire
waters.
sent in, and it's 2 and
that's
out. Well, not 2 and out. They got a first down, but the drive stalls. 3rd and 8, and the punt team comes on, John McQuaid.
That is risky waters, Coach, if you ask me. Throwing right up the middle towards what I like to call Max Nixon territory.
So that's the end of the quarter. Our producer, Adam, will take it over from here. You're listening to Junior Mustang TV on Air KJAX Communication and MRSN ESPN. Adam, take us away to the second
Absolutely, guys. Great first quarter here at TD Waterhouse. Again, your London Junior Mustangs 27, and the visiting Junior Griffins failing to put any sort of points on the board right now. So certainly, I'm assuming we'll be seeing a little bit of change up after halftime, but at the moment, looks like Junior Mustangs just really running the show right now. So we'll get things started with the second quarter. Of course, we're going to hear more from Coach KJ and John McKay as he keeps us all excited up here in the press box right now. I tell you what, I've been up here with him for most of the afternoon, and the energy is infectious, as Coach KJ said. He was down on this field earlier, 36 degrees, and here we go. Second quarter begins right now.
And here we go. Picture Day Photography Specials in, capturing the most dynamic action shots, highlighting each athlete's special talents. Visit pictureday.ca. This drive brought to you by pictureday.ca. And here comes the Junior Mustangs as they wait for the punt.
It's
bobbled, and he's going to get pressured, and he's going to run.
He elects to
and
run.
he's going to get it.
Wow.
And what a job by number 41.
That's Ben Lane.
Yeah, Ben Lane out of Centennial CVI. And just an inopportune play. And there's a special teams play, John, for Guelph that goes their way.
Yeah, it's literally a scramble play, a broken up play, that ended up profiting for the Guelph Griffins. A little stroke of luck that they really needed at this point, Jay.
Yeah, as you see, the Guelph Griffins offense have come out, and it's 27-0, 11:26 to go. They just need a drive. They need to keep the ball away from the Junior Mustang offense. That's the second first down on this drive because they got the first one on the Thomas pass out to the flat.
Yeah.
And here comes the quarterback, number 8.
Heads up play by Ben Lane. Heads up play by Ben Lane. I commend him on special teams.
Out of Guelph CVI, 3x2. Sorry, empty, 3x3.
A low snap. It's habitual here.
And he makes a move and
Peyton
does a good job
Garvin's
escaping, and he throws it up. And it's
on the go.
Graham Crittenden on the coverage.
Oh my goodness.
Another Western commit, the CCH product. And, John, it just seems like with Guelph, they're just a little bit out of sync when it comes to their offense.
Yeah, and I was really inspecting them pre-game, Coach, and I was in awe. Adam Melrose can attest that they were running Western's offense. And then I saw Stevenson Bone, our offensive coordinator for Guelph Griffins, stepping up there, Guelph Junior Griffins. So they're sputtering right now, Coach, and the only response to sputtering is to take your shot, but you still have to be strategic, so look for them to do that.
Yeah, so here comes the quarterback, and that's Garvin.
Peyton Garvin.
As he looks over to his left, he's
Low
got a man,
snap
takes
again.
that shot you were talking about. He's got a man wide open.
Oh!
And it's in and out of his hands. The intended receiver, number 14, Gabriel Maguire sent. And wow, that was a touchdown, John, if he caught that.
Yeah, Coach, and I tried to do my best Raiden Apavong impression or Tony Romo prediction there. And, Coach, that's the shot. You're absolutely right. I tried to call it there. It's the most opportune time to take it. I can't pronounce his name. Gabriel Maguire Santin.
He's got to make that play.
He's got to make that play. You're absolutely right. If you can get your hands on it, every wide receiver has been trained. You get your hands on it, you can catch it.
So you look at this Guelph team, John, and do they regulate to Division II, or do they come back next year with all their second-year guys?
Yeah,
because they have a pretty good offense. Stevenson's
Yeah.
pretty committed to them.
Yeah.
Had a good pregame. I'll get into that in a minute. Here we go. as the punter comes out, number 41 last time.
Long
it was
story
a ball
short.
snap, and he got a first down, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, let's see this Ben Lane, this phenomenal punter and kicker.
Ball is snapped or not. We're waiting. There we go. A little high
A
this
little
time.
high this time.
Lane drives it. It's tipped.
Oh, my goodness.
It gets tipped again, and
Yep,
the
they'll blow it
Mustangs.
dead.
Wow, that's number 30 for the junior Mustangs in on the tip. That's Jorian Buchanan out of Banting High School. And I remember talking to one of his teachers, and she talked about what a great athlete he is. You see it there as he gets the block on the punt, and it goes out of bounds.
And you know what? It's self-inflicted wounds, Coach. I'm really analyzing the Guelph Griffins punt formation, and they're actually adding in their gunner into their box, which is forcing and influencing the London Junior Mustangs to add a man into the box as well. And they're coming clean, exactly. So you can't really be surprised at the outcome.
I like to see the young guy Buchanan though in his first year, the Banting part of making a nice play. Here we go, 3x2 for El Gurzma. He hands him off to Jamal Moses. Moses got the edge.
Wide
He's going to get at least 10 now. He's at 15.
Blocks.
And he gets about a 15-yard
Great
good tackle
tackle
that time by the Guelph Griffins.
And I'll get you the number there. That's number 22 over there. Aiden Haley, DB from Centennial CVI, with an outstanding open field tackle, Coach.
Yeah, and I love the game that Coach Joe Cercelli's calling right now. Gary Hallenby, they're looking to go 6-2 with that tie. It'll give them that extra point, that 13th point that right now, unless the Essex Ravens lose, would at least put them in a second, guarantee a home playoff game here at TD Stadium. And the question will be, who's that going to be? Is it going to be Hamilton? Is it going to be Niagara? Everything's up in the air. We'll try to get you some scores at halftime. El Gurzma, he's in a 2x2 set with a tight end set to his right. So 3x2 to the boundary, and they hand it off.
And he is
Scotty
met
Nichols
early.
is met in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of about, we're going to call it 2-yard loss.
Started out with an early penetration in the gap there by number 61 from the Guelph Griffins there. Don't have his name.
So Gurzma so far, John, has started 5 for 5. He's got 2 touchdown passes. He's got close to 100 yards passing, and just a great way to start after that heartbreaking loss in Niagara. 8 minutes to go, John McQuay, and here we go. 2x2 again. They got the tight end set to the right, so actually 3x2 to the boundary. And he looks, and there's a guy coming, a hammer blitz, and that's the one thing that the Mustangs have struggled with. It will be a sack and a loss of about 7, so it'll bring up a punting situation, I believe, for the Mustangs, John.
And unfortunately there, Coach Jay, the play art for the London Junior Mustangs, it exposed the backside there of the Guelph Griffins.
And they brought a hammer from the field.
Yeah, they brought a hammer from the field side, but they had a corner route and a short little out route playing into cover 3.
Well, if you go back to that overtime game, what did Hamilton do when the Mustangs really had a chance to win that game on the 5th overtime? They brought that hammer blitz, caused a turnover, and then subsequently won it in the 6th overtime. So
that might be an Achilles heel long term. Look for that, guys.
Here we go. Here comes a punt from this time. It's going to be from about the 52-yard line that Garrity kicks
Brian
it from.
Garrity with a boomer kick.
And it's caught at about
caught at the 5-yard line. Yep.
It's a nice kick.
And he is thumped. The ball's out.
Who's the number? I can't see the number.
That's number
30 again.
30.
Wow, he's having himself a day. That's Jorian Buchanan out of Banting. And, nice tackle. And you got to love seeing Jorian Buchanan come down now. He's got a block kick. And now he gets his first solo tackle of the game.
You know what I like more, Coach? I like the fact that he ran off the field. He made the tackle. He got up like it was his day job. He jogged off the field, and until his feet were off the grass, he didn't stop jogging. That's
John McQuay, Centerfield Sports at 25 Mid-Park Crescent is one of the largest indoor multi-sports facilities in Canada, offering the most advanced training, furnished with state-of-the-art equipment, supported by top-notch staff. Call and book your event today. Centerfield takes pride in the development of competitive athletes like your junior Mustangs, wishing each team a victorious season.
Going back to your previous conversation, you stay in this division. If you're going to be developing your kids, the Guelph Junior Griffins, you stay in this division.
Here's a throw, and he's got his man again. That's Thomas, it looks like.
Yeah,
is it Thomas, or is that number 14 again?
That isn't Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, that's Thomas, number 3.
Jacob Thomas out of St. James CHS.
I like what Bone did there. I mean, he got it with one kid that was dropped, and he goes with his top-notch athlete, runs that little wheel
and he's having a quick conversation. He echoes in the play call through Jacob Thomas, but he's also probably telling him, hey, speedster, slow down, get back in sync with your quarterback, Peyton Garvin, because those shots don't come often, and you need to capitalize, Coach Jay.
So there we go, 2nd and 10 for Garvin from the 5-yard line of the Guelph Griffins.
Oh, and he sees something.
Takes a look, he's clapping and trying to get some
ISO
calls
on the
out.
boundary side here.
Gets motion, he's got that bubble screen, hits Thomas in the flat. And Thomas, once again, he makes a guy miss, and he's going to be very close to a first down, John McQuaid.
Yes, he's very close to a first down there. He's tackled by number 3 of the Junior Mustangs, Carlos Pina.
Going to be close to a Griffin first down.
Very close to a Griffin's first down, Coach.
Yeah, I think he's very close. I mean, they might have to measure. It'll be our second measurement of the game, the Crown Rust measurement of the day. Right now, John, you're 0 for 1. I'm 1 for 0. I'd like to remind you that.
You know what?
And they actually don't measure it, so it's a first down. And
Yeah.
love having fun. It's great to have these great sponsors and kind of give them different things. And it's also fun to beat John McQuay. You can beat him at Madden or one of these other games.
It only
The problem
happens
is, though,
so
is if you
often.
beat John McQuay, he may not talk to you for a month.
You know what? Let's talk about Max Nixon again. We didn't really reflect on the environment that they're playing in here. It's a hot summer day on this Saturday, July 6th. Peyton Garvin here. Taking a shot. Wow.
Caught.
It is caught on the ground off of his back.
Johnny
The
Panzopoulos
receiver.
can't believe it.
Wow. I'll get you the number of the Guelph Junior Griffin there who
89,
caught that.
Is that 89?
89?
He's coming off right now.
No, he still has the ball in his hand. Wow. A phenomenal catch regardless. About a gainer of 16, I'd say, Coach Jay.
Yeah, 16 and a first down. And so a nice little drive out of their own end zone. 4:15 to go and counting here in the second quarter at TD Stadium, home of your Western Mustangs and your Junior Mustangs. Incomplete pass to the flat. That time he was looking for number 14, Gabriel Manguer-Santen.
Yeah, they're using Gabriel
Hockey,
Magyar
right?
Santen. They're using him almost like the Los Angeles Rams used Todd Gurley. Spelling him out sometimes, using him out of different looks. He's bubbling out after he's doing his max protection look as a running back. He's a very versatile athlete here, Coach.
Yeah. And Santen out of Guelph CVI.
Hats off.
Here we go. It's a 3x2 this time for Garvin. He's
Some more
giving a
motion
signal
here,
as he
adding
brings
in.
adds in 2 guys into the box. Garvin looks, he takes a shot.
The
He's got his
snap
man
is
Thomas.
good.
It's wide open, and
The
Thomas.
snap is good.
What a catch by Thomas, guys.
Let me say the snap is good finally,
Yeah,
Coach,
yeah.
which is a key for our quarterback here, Peyton Garvin.
What I love about that throw is they knew what they were doing. He throws it to a spot, and again, we see what Coach Bone was talking about, and then Coach Ferraro. This Thomas kid goes up and makes a great catch.
Absolutely, Coach. You're absolutely right. I think Coach Stevenson Bone, as I said, when he was echoing in that one call, also told his star wide receiver to pump the brakes a little bit. And there you
Here
see
we go,
him
3
make
by
a
2,
possession
John,
catch.
and then pressure coming this time from the Mustangs.
Peyton Garvin able to get out of the pressure. Oh, and he's tackled out of
By
bounds.
Timo Shield. Oh, wow, Timo Shield.
No laundry down though. A little
Oh.
jawing back and forth.
And I
You can
think
definitely
that'll be
feel
a
the-
sack. That'll be a sack for Timo Shield.
There you go. Sack on the board.
Timo right now has 1 tackle, 2 assists, a tackle for a loss, and his first solo sack of the ball game.
Peyton Garvey just feeling all sorts of pressure, Jay. The
Mustangs kind of, I don't know if it was Grant Crittenden or who came in, but it's like bowling balls. They knocked 3 of the guys off of each other, and all of a sudden
There was
Garvin was
no
running, but there was
pocket.
Timo Shield from his weak side defensive end position making the play.
There was no pocket.
3 by 2 for Garvin, and that's a 3-minute warning.
So we see his wide receivers adding in once again.
Yep. And this 3-minute warning brought to you by RS Securities. Here we go.
Low snap once again.
Makes a guy miss, and I gotta like the way his mobility, but oh my goodness, that was Max
That's
Nixon coming in,
dangerous,
and he was
yeah.
coming in with some
Mustard.
cruel intentions.
Some mustard and extra hot sauce.
John
on
McQuay,
that
you
one.
love defense, or not John McQuay, sorry. Coach Adam, you love defense. Talk about Max Nixon. Is he a guy that you would have loved to coach?
Is that a joke? Yeah, no.
I mean, that guy plays. I think he's got the same beard as you. Are you sure he's not maybe related? to
Yeah,
you?
you know what?
He
It's
might be your other son, but
it's
I
a
don't know.
kinship. You know,
Yeah.
it's the bearded few. But mind you, these days it's the bearded many.
We have a
but
guy down, and Adam, take us through as we go through this IRS security 3-minute, situation. You see a guy like Max Nixon, and you've watched him a little bit now.
Yep.
comes with a purpose. He just brings a different level to the game.
Yep.
You know that Coach Marshall and that Coach Gleason and all the great coaches that are on that defensive staff for the Mustangs, they must be just loving what they're seeing from this guy.
Oh,
Guys, a
100%.
really quick interruption here with the injury report, Jama's injury report. That's a key player, Spencer Verdun, running back out of Guelph, who's coming out. Go ahead, Coach Adam.
Yeah, that's
Thank
unfortunate.
you,
No,
thank you,
I mean, it's great. I mean, the wonderful thing about this, just province of Ontario in general, there's so much good football going on. There's so many great prospects heading into universities both here in Canada and in the U.S., and it's exciting to see the growth of a lot of these kids for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
So here we go, John, and it's third down, and I think Guelph's going to punt. I don't like this. I think they should have went for it, but 2:46 to go, playing a field position game.
And I think it's a key injury. Spencer Verdun, number 26, he's a pivotal piece. He's their workhorse, it looks like, on second and third downs, max protection. Can't add in, though. As it's blocked
again by number 25, Emerson Powell. If he picks this
He
up,
picks
gentlemen,
it up.
Oh, and he stumbles.
Oh, that's balance.
That's pretty good, though, when you
Jay.
can block the kick, and that's
Yeah, and scoop and score.
He's got a
you
solo
hope for the
sack.
scoop and score.
He's got his second block of the day. Emerson Powell, what a day this gentleman is having.
And Coach, I'm trying to give you guys, the listeners and Coach, an early prediction for my prowess with special
you're
teams.
calling it right there.
You can't add in there.
No, and it's just bringing an extra guy in.
Yeah.
The Mustangs are already one of these great teams that can block punts. By the way, guys, that 3-minute warning, are you looking to install a security system, camera, or home or business in London, Ontario? Give us a call at IRS Security Systems. Southwestern Ontario's expert in home security systems. With 25 years of experience, we can quickly identify the perfect system tailored to your specific needs and at a competitive prices. Whether you're looking for a security camera system, home automation, access control, 24/7 monitoring service, we've got you covered. And this time, Gallant's got you covered with a big run, and he's
Coach-
going to be very close to it. He breaks it. Wow! He's going to score. I thought he was down.
Oh my goodness!
IRS security.
Oh my goodness!
I think he just robbed the Guelph Griffins 39-yard touchdown run, and I think Guelph's going to have to
he went in their
talk
pockets.
about their security.
He went in their pockets. He went in their pockets and in their cupboards. He took their food.
Touchdown
He's
by.
eating their food.
And you know what I love about this guy is Dylan Gallant's one of those guys that comes to our camps. His dad's the equipment manager. He redid Adam our trailer. He made it so that it's actually functional for Peter Morales and the equipment team. Not a better guy to see run the football. And boy, he broke. I thought he was down, guys. I was going to say first down. And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Jeez Louise. And then once again, we have Max Nixon back holding. Number 28 shows that same fake look, but adds in on the backside protection.
And we've got a 34-0 score here with 2:27 to go.
Louise,
and you just got to wonder with the Griffins, it's tough. But you know what I love about the Griffins? They're here. Unfortunately, earlier today, the JV team, the Vaughan Rebels, had some injury situations. They couldn't make it down, but you got to like Guelph coming down. I think Guelph actually will make the playoffs due to some things that have happened with some default wins because of people using improper rosters, guys.
Oh, dear.
So Guelph will make the playoffs, but right now, 34-0 for the Mustangs, something we haven't seen all year. Complete domination in all three facets of football. We've seen it, but not to this level, John.
Yeah, not to this level. I was going to comment about the adversity that they've had to face in their season this year. 6 overtime games, almost historical stuff. Breaching
25-game streak breaking.
25-game streak breaking. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of emotions running through these kids. But the way they're responding, Coach, you've got to give your
hats off to Gary Hallenby and
Gary
that coaching
Hallenby
staff.
and that coaching staff, star-studded coaching staff, Coach.
Yeah, they've got Malcolm Brown doing DBs. They've got Jake's doing the QBs. You got Scarpelli. You've got so many great names. All different high schools, all guys that have worked at Western a little bit. Some great stuff. So here we go as they get the return, and this could be something as he makes a guy miss. And there's Graham Crittenden with the special teams tackle, gentlemen.
And you know what I love to see on special teams from the kickoff cover team is looking for a turnover. So we saw that, but unfortunately the returner there, number 6, I'll get you the name, Caleb White, out of Glenview Park Secondary. Able to get a very productive return for the Guelph Junior Griffins there, Coach Jay.
Yeah, so at halftime, I don't know if we can see Holy Kretzen, I think he's here. We're going to try and get him, the Pee Wee Blue offensive coordinator, John McQuaid, but we'll have Adam and his first half thoughts. 2:18 to go here at TD Stadium, and
Love to see that.
this drive is brought to you by Spartan Nutrition. So here we go.
And again, we have that wonky formation from the Guelph Griffins coach.
I kind of like it, and they, I mean,
I hate it. I'm
maybe
a
not as
defensive
it's
player.
intercepted.
That's why. Let's go. Number 3. Ooh.
3, Pena with a pick, and
Peyton Garvin
Yeah.
with the submarine. I'm not a big fan of that style of tackle. It's very dangerous, but you can feel and sense his frustration
Well,
there, coach.
what was the score at halftime of the last game? I think it was 41-0, wasn't it, at halftime? And
Yeah.
I think we're about to see that here. It's almost a mirror image. And it'll be interesting to see. We'll try to get you some out-of-town scores. We'll go take a look at some of the OPFL scoreboards and see how Cambridge is doing in that Essex game. That's the big game of the year. That interception brought to you by Spartan Nutrition, the leading sports supplementary company within 5 locations in London, offering online shopping, satisfying all your supplement needs. Spartan invites junior Mustang families to drop by and receive 10% off all purchases. Spartan Nutrition is pleased to partner with the junior Mustangs, cheering on each team. And here goes the new quarterback, Matt Jaquith out of Lucas. He hands the ball off to Nichols. Nichols bounces it outside. Nichols cuts back inside.
Ooh, what a
Nichols
cut.
makes another
What
guy
a cut.
And Nichols is going to fall.
Wow,
Oh, my goodness.
no.
Jamal Mosen made a great block, guys. I know we
Come
don't have the
on.
replay.
Come
I don't know
on.
what they saw. That would have been a 29-yard, 30-yard touchdown run by Nichols.
What a cutback.
Just
That
I don't
was
like the call. What do you guys think?
I don't like that call either, coach. What do you think, Melrose?
Unfortunately, this thing was in the way, so I was kind of transitioning from window to window. Sorry, I was transitioning from window to window when I was looking at this, and I missed it 100%. I just saw it.
There was nothing to see.
I know the
There was
4th of
no
July
call.
was a couple days ago, so I just saw fireworks, but then it was flags.
Well, it's unfortunate, but Matt Jaquith, seeing his time, this is a Lucas quarterback. You know, Brian Harkness took his team to the WASA championship last year. He's going off to Carleton University. We want to wish him the best. There's a
Wish him
timeout
all
on the
the
field
best.
here. And Matt Jaquith is a guy I really like, guys. He's got all the tools. It's going to be interesting to see him as he leads that great, talented Lucas squad. As I'll tell you, the public division this year, guys, is going to be a horse race. I think you got 6 teams, and any one of those teams can be very dominant. Of course, the South Lions with great defense
Wink.
and running the football. But the Lucas guys, they're trying to defend their title. Quads for Jaquith to his right. Jaquith looks to the middle of the field. He's got
Takes
his
a
man. He
shot
throws it up high. I'm not
downfield.
sure that's what you want,
Oh, jeez.
as it's incomplete. But he did see he got a lot of pressure in his face. Took the shot in and out of the hands.
Got to be careful there. He had.
Was that Mosen on the intended shot
Yeah,
there?
that was Mosen on the intended shot there.
And that's
It
the
was
first incompletion from
defended.
the Mustangs.
Yeah, it was
so
defended
far.
by that star DB Aiden Haley for the Guelph Junior Griffins. He's making a name for himself, but you got to be careful because they have a lot of speed on the outside there, Coach. Number 5 was even involved there. Thomas Ness almost with the tip drill
Here comes
there.
Jaquith, quads. He's got to the boundary.
They're
I think
not
it's Mosen.
adjusting. They're not adjusting at all.
Looks, he throws
Early
the ball
motion.
inside. A nice catch by number 14, and he's got some room. And the Mustang receiver is all the way down to the 2-yard line. And a Mustang's first down for Joe Brennan.
Coach, they're in this unique 5-2. It looks like a Chicago Bears front look, a 52 front, and they're not adjusting much to the looks here. They're giving them trips, they're giving them quads, and they're still sticking with their base formation.
I like what Jaquith did there. He got rid of the football. Joe Brennan went up to get it, and
As we have
nice
a
to
man
see
down
Joe Brennan. Who's down? Oh,
for the
one of the
Guelph
Griffins.
Griffins.
Yeah, so with 1:52 to go here, guys, as we get ready for halftime, as we will try to give you some scores for after the half, just a talented effort by the junior Mustangs in their offense. And, we talked about it all year. What I didn't realize, guys, the Mustangs have the leading scoring offense in varsity this year. Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
So that's pretty good, and their offense, kind of looking really sharp here as they go to the playoffs. And, the West is going to be one heck of a division. The
Yeah.
team that doesn't make it in the West, wow, it's sad because there's some teams in the East, and in Guelph may be one of them, that, maybe next year they'll be in the factor for the playoffs. But it's tough when you've got these talented teams in the West kind of, beating the crap out of each other. But again, I think the West playoffs will be very fun to watch, guys,
Yeah.
no matter who comes in.
Yeah, these teams are just star-studded.
Hey, Adam, just as you were talking here, talk to us about your passion to do the stream and how good you think it's been going lately. We're getting a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, I've been amazed that, last Sunday it was one of these, hey, can we do it, almost pipe dream thing. being that we're going to be out in the middle of the field, and there's a lot of people who can't make it, grandmas and grandpas. It's too hot for them to be out in the sun, and I think we had the better part of 1,000 people who logged in to watch one of those games last weekend, which was just amazing to be able to deliver this and pretty much do it all by ourselves. And luckily, technology's made it really simple. Well, not simple,
I
but
think you've made it really simple. There's a pass
there we go,
outside,
touchdown.
And Matt Jacob has a touchdown pass, and that is to Jamal Mosen. And guys, that's a 2-yard pass. Good for Jake. We'll talk about that throw, John McQuay.
Coach, they weren't even ready. He was not ready. Literally, no Kevin Hart. They literally weren't lined up in a formation. As I said, they're not even adjusting when they are prepared. But they were caught in the middle of a substitution. This is a war of fatigue as we see another Guelph Griffin down. The initial man that I had commented was injured, had taken a knee because he was fatigued, Coach. And now we have another player
John
down
McQuay,
because of fatigue.
Take a look at your scenarios when you get a chance. Hamilton Varsity 40, Niagara Spears 25. That was at Bantam. Sorry, I thought that was a varsity score. So I'll get that to you guys in a minute. I apologize for that, folks.
And guys, once again, there's something to be said about the weather today. It is a little bit humid, sticky. The sun is just setting, but it is still beating down on these kids as they're giving their all here today, July 6th, 40-0 right now, as he is up. Once again, it's not necessarily an injury, it's cramping, and as we see the water girls there, giving him some hydration. This is just a well-oiled machine versus a sputtering tractor.
Yeah, I think the ability to for the Mustangs, and again, the war of attrition's working on the Griffins you've talked about. Here comes Gary.
Oh, wow.
Take us through it.
And he adds in on the other side. They're looking aggressively to get that block. The Guelph
23
Griffins.
Panzopoulos did a good job of getting that hold down.
Great pickup, yeah. And there was a great pickup on the edge there by number 53 of the London Junior Mustangs. That's Cam Garung.
So
from
yeah,
Bantam.
and Cam's a great kid out of Bantam. We'll talk about him in a minute. Talk about I want to go back to the JV team. 8-0 last year, 7-1. I remember the first year with Coach Matt Snyder was tough. He had inherited a team that was it was a difficult situation, and he came in and after a tough season going, guys, in regular season right now, we're talking 15-1. Congratulations as this JV team wins their second conference championship. And I know that they want to make some noise going into these playoffs, and they're healthy. John McQuay, what do you see for the JVs this year? You've coached a lot of those kids.
I've coached a lot of those kids at the Bantam level alongside with you, Coach Jay. He's inherited a very, very enriched team that is technically sound, amazing in terms of talent, and
well, he's also done a good job of recruiting, bringing guys that weren't in the program, and I think that's the strength of Coach Matt. He's also going to be at Western, and of course, don't forget Dave Martin. Shazam, Dave Martin. I know you don't like that, but I love telling you Shazam. I miss Dave Martin, and say hi to my best friend Patty Martin, and of course Ethan Martin, who's going to Queens, and another guy that played for us. Don't forget, fans, tomorrow Team Ontario. Find the feed on Football Canada or Team Ontario, whatever. I don't have it for you guys, but definitely John Urban will be calling some of those games. Our very own John Urban. Good luck to Team Ontario and JP Cercelli. Here's the kick deep to the 5, and the return man brings it out.
that's number 6.
What a job by number 26 for the Mustangs as he blew up the wedge there.
Caleb White able to make nothing out of that return.
That's Travis Butt there, and on the tackle that time. Number 30, Jordan Buchanan. What a game he's had, guys, from Bantam.
So Caleb White making a name for himself as a returner with some shifty moves, able to make a positive production.
And look
there.
who's in the game, Coach. Noah Trojak. Been out for a few weeks, and he's out there. Talented defensive back, receiver, returner, great special teams player as he gets some playing time here. 1:06 to go, 41-0. And the good news, John, is now the Mustangs can rest their starters and start thinking about that first-round playoff game. We don't have a score yet from Cambridge. I am trying to work on that for you guys.
Either way, the London Junior Mustangs are going to be seated first or second. This is implications for home field. Peyton Garvin rolls out of the pocket. He has a wide receiver. He elects to keep the ball and gets a thumping from Graham Crittenden, who we both know has enough attitude to fill the room.
Yeah, Graham's one of those guys. I don't want to. All I can tell you is he comes with a lot of intensity, and good for Graham. He's an original Mustang, actually.
Yep.
And so this varsity team has the final original Mustangs on it, and he's one of them. But to be honest with you, there's not many on this roster left from that original team, and he came out of Burlington and had a great high school career, and here he is going to the University of Western.
Great kid.
With Coach Snyder and some of the great coaches that are going to be there this fall.
Yeah. Timo Schiele adjusts on the line as we see a full house set from the Guelph Griffins.
Ben Regier on the tackle that time for the Mustangs.
Looks
and I
like
just
they
want to
have
go back,
enough
John,
for a
to
first to move the
we're
sticks.
talking about the Guelph Griffins. Well, you know this guy, Kevin McNeil, is the recruiting coordinator, and he's coaching on the defensive side of the ball. You know him. What a great guy. He's back in London, and I know that he's doing a great job this year in the recruiting for the Western Mustangs.
Yeah, absolutely great guy. Low snap once again. He takes his shot to Jacob, but again, it's key. When I talked about that shot that he took to Jacob, when he had a high, perfect snap, the timing seems perfect, Coach.
Yeah.
But when he catches these low snaps, he then has to rise, and their timing, it's not quite there.
I'm trying to get the number of the coverage that time. Hamilton won. So we're trying to get some scores. We'll try to get those out to the guys, and I know they're all looking for them. 11 seconds to go here. The Mustangs up 41-0.
I'm surprised they keep taking these shots with Max Nixon lurking around there. It's dangerous.
Number 6 was on the coverage that last time. Here's a throw over the middle. He's got Thomas, and Thomas goes up for the ball. And a great job that time by guess who? You got it, number 29,
Trojak.
Noah Trojak.
Gives the no-fly zone, Coach.
Yeah, good job by Noah.
CCH product, very phenomenal athlete. I've had the chance to personally play one-on-one with him on basketball, some horse in basketball. He's a great, enthusiastic kid to be around. Emanates a lot of the same energy that I exude.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys that volunteered last year all summer long. And he's got a family. He's got his brothers and sisters. He takes care of his little brothers. He's a good young guy. So here we go. It's quads this time. 32 with a back offset to the left, and Garvin looks, and he is
met early
bottled up.
by Timo, but he scrambles
It's
out.
a fumble. Number 53 was in on the sack, but there is a flag.
I think it could be a face mask.
Yeah, I think he fumbled the ball, and then what happened was he was able to he was able to make a play.
Oh, but it's turnover on downs.
Flag on the play.
And 53, Cam Drung was in on the sack. It is recovery interference. It's a good call by the referees. I put up a good thing about the refs, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, and I talked about it while you were coaching there, Coach, the Bantam game. Hats off to these officials. I know a lot of them have been a long tenure since I've been playing, Coach, since you've been playing. And they come in, they give their time week in and week out. I know we get on their last nerves, Coach, and they get on our last nerves, but a respectable group of guys, and can't thank them enough. Really respect those guys.
Yeah.
Peyton Garvin has the screen once again, wide open receiver, runs into his own man, and is pushed out of bounds on his own sideline. I think it was too much aggression as Laundry is out.
48-yard line.
It's a little bit of chippiness right now on the sideline still. As the London Junior Mustangs, I think, are going to be penalized for being way too aggressive and way too lippy here. Losing a little bit of discipline. Timo Schiele with his helmet off on field. You can't do that, I don't think, Coach.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Piling on against the Mustangs.
So not a good call. And again, the Mustangs, with the last play of the half, we'll have another last play of the half. It looks like the refs are going to take it and tack it on looks like, as Guelph is walking off.
I'm literally having a deja vu.
I'm not sure what's going on, how the play ends like that, because it's a defensive penalty. But I will turn it over to our producer, Adam Melrose.
Excellent. Thanks so much, guys. Great first half of action here. If I'm Guelph, I'm not sure what kind of change-up I'm making at the halftime here, with the exception of maybe quit it with the cock and maybe looks, and maybe just run some basic football. The deep game isn't working, and there's all sorts of underneath stuff that is open that they're not even looking at. So I think maybe we have a look at making a few changes. But I know we do have Mr. Kretschan coming in at some point as well, so we're going to have a quick chat with him. So stand by, and we will get Hilton Kretschan in to have a quick chat.
And we are back here. Once again, I'm staying a little bit longer to give you guys those playoff scenarios. So once again, scenario 1, we're getting updated right now. Coach Jay Kenemy is working his hardest to get you guys those OPFL scores around Ontario. The first scenario would be if Essex were to win against their Cambridge Lions test. That would put Essex in first with 14 points, London second, losing home field advantage with 13 points, Melrose, and third would be Hamilton with 12 points. Scenario 2, guys, would be if Essex were to win and Niagara were to win. Essex still in first, pulling away with 14 points, and we'd have second, London, with 13 points, losing home field advantage once again. Third scenario would be if Cambridge were to win and Hamilton were to win, fellas. London would end up first, 13 points, home field advantage. Cambridge would be second with 12 points. Essex would be tied. Actually, they'd be third. It's a head-to-head scenario in the scenario 3 situation. Cambridge defeated both Essex and Hamilton, propelling them into the second seed. Essex will have been defeated by Hamilton, which would put them in the third seed. Consequently, fourth seed would fall to Hamilton. I know this is getting complicated. Keep with me. Keep your Oxford learning hats on, fellas. Scenario 4, Cambridge wins, Niagara wins. London would be in first. Cambridge would be in second. Essex would be in third. Niagara would be in fourth. Okay? Either way, London falls in first or second is what I'm trying to tell you, fellas. And either way, what we're talking about is home field in the playoffs.
Well, we're going to get our first interview with Adam Melrose and Hilton Kretze, the Pee-wee guy. Yeah, you're coming on. We got you. It's already done.
Yeah,
I got to do something. I need you here. Come on, Hilt. We got you here, man. Come on, brother. Jump on in, and I'll let you take it away, Adam.
Absolutely.
We're going to go up there. Come and sit right here, Hilton. And that's all right. Yeah, you did. We got you on air, brother.
Now you got an interview.
We got BJ Kretze on, too. Come on, BJ. You're on air.
Oh,
Yeah, bring him in.
Get on there, both of you.
Bring him in.
Both of you.
Right in here?
Yeah, in there.
Okay.
Yeah, come on in, guys.
What up, BJ?
Grab a seat right in here, guys. Grab it. BJ, have a seat, buddy. And then let's get here. Dad, why don't you slide in beside him? Actually, I'll give you Coach Jay's seat.
Okay.
All right. Well, welcome up to the Skybox, gentlemen. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Wonderful, wonderful.
This was this your first weekend with no football?
It was.
Is it?
And look where I'm at.
I know, right? It's you know what? It's amazing. I know my game's been done for a couple hours, and here we are. We're back up and hanging out in the Skybox. It's not a bad place to watch the game from, but. Coach John McKay?
What's Ethan's last name? Who's doing the excellent music job? We
That's a
need
great
to
question.
know.
I think he's up in the middle room right now.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. So, big win last week. You know, obviously, PJ, you had a couple nice runs. So, talk to us about your big win last week.
Well, last week was the bronze medal game.
Yep.
We would have much rather been playing in the championship game,
Yeah.
but hey, you play with the cards that you're dealt.
Absolutely.
We went out there and did what we should have done.
Yep.
We had shut them out a couple of weeks before at their place, 40-0.
Yep.
And this week, 39-6. We had some changes in personnel. We had a few injuries here and there, and we had to play some people out of position and whatnot. But
Yeah.
we made way with it.
Made it happen.
Yeah.
Made it happen.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. Well, I mean, you know, I'll still take a big win as a bronze medal game. You know,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
You were still playing in the finals. It was a gorgeous day for
It
football
was.
last Sunday.
It was.
And it was all the warmth of today, just zero, like not even a half of the humidity. Today is a scorcher.
Yeah,
so
it was scorching today.
is I think keeping a bunch because your age group is the
11
9s
to
and-
12.
Okay, wow.
11 to 12.
2011, 2012. So
Yeah.
you got some-
Actually, 08, 07.
Oh, wait, 07. All
That's what
right.
it was,
So,
yeah.
I imagine keeping them focused on a hot day like today might have been a whole lot of fun.
Very different.
Especially. Now, I don't know if you've played a real hot game here at the TD Waterhouse. Luckily, there's hoses and stuff right down at the side of the track. So, the trick at that point with that age group I've coached it too is keeping them from just messing around with the hoses and getting ready to be on the field, right? But I certainly used to like to take our running back all the time and hose him right down before he went out on the field, especially on a run play to make him super slippery. So that's good. Now, and then correct if I'm wrong, you work for one of our sponsors as well, right?
Subaru of London.
Excellent. How long have you been working there?
It'll be 5 years in September.
Excellent. So I'm sure you had something to do with that sponsorship then. I would
did.
assume.
I did. Yep. They saw the opportunity in me.
Yep.
Knowing that my son was a part of the organization, and I was as well, and they became a sponsor 2 years running.
Excellent. And where in the city can we find you?
675 Warncliffe South.
Okay.
Between Commissioner and Southdale.
All right. Well, so when you walk through the front doors, ladies and gentlemen, just ask for Mr. Hilton Chrétien. He's the guy to look after you. So I might be in the car market here soon, so I'll have to swing by and see what we got going on.
Let me know. You know how to reach me.
Absolutely. Well, that's good. Well, we appreciate you guys coming in and having a quick chat with us. Any final thoughts on what you've seen in the game so far?
No, actually, I thought this was more of a playoff game. I saw last game at TD, and I was automatically thinking since we were done, I didn't realize that you guys had so many more games than we did.
Yeah, a couple more when you get a little older. They make you hang around.
Yeah.
So you get instead of getting that month break between seasons, you get about 2 weeks. So that's a tough game for the Mustangs today. Not so much the Mustangs, for the Guelph Griffins coming in 1-6, I think, or 1-5, and London's 4-2 right now. Right. So. A little bit of a lopsided game, but I'm personally just seeing a lot of really interesting stuff coming from Guelph that I think they're getting too complicated on offense where they don't need to. They can just simplify the playbook, go back to some rudimentary plays, and you know what? They had a nice little drive here, but I think just too fancy for the sake of being fancy. So, well, that's good. So we had your son and your daughter joined us here as well.
My niece.
Okay. I was like, I didn't think you had a daughter, but. Look at me needing to know better. So, well, it's good. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming in, having a chat with me, and we're gonna get back. Captains will be called here shortly. So, appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Enjoy.
All right.
Thanks, Noah.
to MRSN, ESPN, Junior Mustang TV on YouTube. Presented to you by Eric Ajax Communications, Mama's Hot Italian, and all our great sponsors with the Junior Mustangs. The Mustangs up 41-0. We do have a halftime score, and it's not going the Mustangs' way. The Essex Ravens lead at the half, 37-7 over the Cambridge Lions. So unless a miracle comeback, which we've seen before, Timo Shield with the tackle, John McQuaid, he's having himself a ball game today.
Caleb White once again declaring himself as the punt returner there.
Another solo tackle for Shield on special teams. And that's what you love about Timo. Plays DN, but boy, he's a load. He's a former running back, and he comes down and makes a big play that time on special teams.
Yeah, Caleb White can't get away from Timo Shield here. He is a terror on defense as well as special teams here, Coach.
So here we go. Alex Stoddard is on the camera. Thank you, Alex, for last weekend, the OPFL Championships, and of course today, bringing you the last home regular season game. We will be on Rogers TV, I believe, John McQuaid, on the 20th for the first round of playoff games, as we do have the Canada Cup bye week. Here's the throw by Garvin. He throws it over to the right,
and it's offside,
and it's incomplete. And is there a flag too?
Yep, offside on the
and
back
an injury
side.
Again, and it's to a lineman.
Oh, jeez.
Not what you want to see here on your Saturday evening here at TD Stadium. And we're proud to present this Junior Mustang TV presentation of the Varsity Junior Mustangs. A 41-0 lead. John, I've got some stats for you if you're ready for them.
Yep.
I got Taylor Gersma, 6 for 6, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matt Jiggle, 2 for 3, 45 yards and a touchdown. And Dylan Gallant, 5 carries, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's just on the offensive side. And we've had a plethora of blocks and fumbles and everything else. Here we go, 2nd and 10 for Garvin. He looks, and he's got nobody's getting pressured by Cam Garung. Cam Garung swings at him. And
wow,
was that
that's
Palzeni?
terrible. That's terrible.
I think it is. It's Palzeni with the sack. Emerson Palzeni out of Oak Ridge, I believe.
You get rid of the ball there,
I'll tell you,
Coach.
this
I'm
Oak
no
Ridge Oaks
quarterback.
team is going to be pretty darn good this year, John McQuaid.
Yep. Of course, our colleague Taryn Jaljal's over there, as well as Austin Scarpelli,
great
Connor
guys.
Elliott. We have a star-studded
Tim
coaching.
Beck.
Tim Beck's over there as well. So they've got great young coaches, some veteran coaches as well. All very experienced
Carla
guys.
Pena doing his best.
Yeah, having
that
fun
little
out
dance.
there. Having fun. I don't even know what
Timo
that
Shield
was
with the
called.
helmet off. I think Timo Shield's wearing a green
Do-rag. We haven't seen that since the 90s.
Maybe a throwback to the Thunderbirds. Timo came out of the Thunderbird program.
Yep.
A
Thunderbirds.
great London program, John McQuaid.
As well, yes. Absolutely.
Now you give up 2 here, John, or what do you do?
Here you
As I
have
chew
to
on my watermelon on this hot
Yeah, you have
day.
to give up 2. You got a low snap, habitually low snap.
And guess who gets the sack? That's number 11, Schwan Lee. He gets the safety.
Well deserved.
That's how that works.
Well deserved. He's
And,
a beast. He's out of Lucas product
And
there.
guess where he's going, John McQuaid? Your favorite place, Western University.
Oh.
He's one of your Western alumni now. He'll be going to Western with his mate Craig Coleman.
And you know what? I get a free pass to the Mike Kirkley Training Center. I'm definitely going to be there checking that kid out when he lifts weights, man. I got to see this.
Sean Lee had a great high school career with the Lucas Vikings and one of the best kids. He's been with the Mustangs since day one as well. Him and Graham Crittenden, to be honest with you, are original Mustangs, John McQuaid. Isn't that special?
And that is special, absolutely. And Coach, I talked about it with Raiden Appavong while you were coaching down at the Bantam game there. To see it unfold this way over the years, the development of the kids, the talent, and just the intellect in the game of football, it's a testament to their will. It's a testament to us as coaches in our strategies and our conceptualization. But the way it's unfolding right now, it's something special, Jerry.
It really is, John. And I know I was with the program at the beginning, doing TV on Rogers, and then I came over to coach, and then kind of left for a year. I was able to go back to CCH and kind of reestablish myself as a coach, and wouldn't be without the Junior Mustangs. Mike Valenza, Purple Kool-Aid Productions, Danny Valente, always believing in me, and you see the opportunities it affords everybody. And we realize, John McQuaid, it's not one person; it's a team, it's a village, and it's been really fun. And we get accused of always trying to win, but I'll tell you, as Gallant is winning right here. Dylan Gallant is
my goodness!
He is going to go. He's at the 25, the 20, the 50,
he's running
the
like
10.
Barry Sanders.
Touchdown.
He's literally running like Barry Sanders.
Yeah, that's a 10, 20, 30, 85-yard return by Gallant.
And he does the high five splash with his teammate and knocks his teammate over on the high five splash celebration.
Yeah.
He's a beast even in celebrations.
Yeah, what a player.
He was running like Barry Sanders, coach.
Yeah.
He had the same stride as Barry Sanders.
85-yard return that time by
Wow.
Gallant. And a touchdown.
I guarantee you he is not tired. That man does not get tired. 49-0.
I don't even know what to say, John. I mean, it's just been one of those days.
I know what to say. Get him some milk. He needs some milk. Their team. Guelph Griffins.
And Gallant's had a tough year, John. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's averaged 5 yards a carry. To see him have this game today, good for him.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Sarnia product. Garrity is good.
And you know what? At this point, wow. They've pulled away. The game's definitive at this point. What do you think you have to do if you're the Guelph Junior Griffins coach?
You got to stop the bleeding, I guess. It's just try to get some first downs and keep the ball away from the offense. It doesn't matter if it's special teams. It doesn't matter what it is. And, the Mustangs have had their way today, and Gary Hallenby's got to be happy with the way they responded after that heartbreaking loss in Niagara. And it looks like they're going to finish second. The Essex Ravens, with the great defense of the Ravens, beating a really quality opponent in the Guelph Griffins up 37-7 at the half. And barring a miracle, it looks like the Mustangs will, of course, play in the first round, and then you never know what can happen. Cambridge are up 37-7 at the half. Yeah. Hamilton and Niagara, they're battling it out. I believe Hamilton's winning, but I don't know for sure. I'm trying to get that information for you guys. At McMaster Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, we're proud to sell cars, trucks, and SUVs to the London area, as well as Woodstock, St. Thomas, and Ingersoll communities. We're not just another car dealership. We like to make sure our customers are well taken care of.
Caleb White finds a hole,
to our
switches
award-winning
ball hands.
body shop, proudly supporting youth sports. Go Stangs go, and I'll let you take it away now, John.
I'm so sorry to interrupt there.
It's all right.
Caleb White. Brian Garrity's intentionally kicking to number 6, Caleb White, at this point, daring him to try a return on him. And he has a lot of confidence in his coverage team. Rightfully so. Caleb White has averaged, I'd say, about 10 yards per return. And this kid is an X factor. You'd expect him to return for about 30 to 40 yards average.
Yeah, the Mustangs, there's a flag on the play, and it looks like it's on the Mustangs.
It was a late tackle, a late wrap-up on the sideline
Curtis
there.
Winifrey?
Yeah.
Well, the Mustangs, with 8:20 to go, kind of know that unless something crazy happens in either game, as a score now, is that 50-0, guys? I can't even tell.
Yep, it's a 50 burger.
So that's safety, and the Mustangs finishing on high cylinders here at home.
Peyton Garvey doing his best Peyton Manning impression.
I got to tell you, though, guys, the Essex Ravens, who, got to give your hats off to Coach Mills,
Low
winning
snap
first
once
place.
again.
The West has always gone through either the Junior Mustangs or the Essex Ravens, and once again, it's going to be one of those, barring something crazy happening. Although, the playoffs, I'm not going to say that the Mustangs or Essex can walk away with easy wins in the first round, John.
Yeah.
But if they do, what a game that would shape up to be in Essex. Our buddy Ross Spedigu would be calling that game, and it'd be one hell of a game.
It will be, Coach. And Carlos Pena on the tackle there, number 3, and he's getting jiggy with it all game.
Yeah, he's been
really
hyped.
keeping himself loose. And that type of energy, when you have that much confidence, it really, it's toxic. It's infectious.
Fake snap there by Garvin.
Pena's looking like he
Interesting
wants to
that Guelph
blitz.
doesn't bring in the backup, John. I think they're just kind of letting Garvin get ready for the playoffs.
Why is Peyton? Yeah.
He sets, he looks, he throws the fade ball to the right side.
He's got a bunch of these
coverage.
audibles, but the London Junior Mustangs know all of his audible calls.
He has audibles, yeah.
That his motion was a cut call, essentially, which means
Yeah, but the Mustangs switch it to man, and
Yeah.
next thing you know, you don't got what the cut call might have looked like, turned into a man call, and again, the Mustangs playing. And I talked to Coach Bone before the game, and he told me they're going to see a lot of man today, a lot of cover zero, and they really haven't played a lot of cover zero, but they have played that white man coverage. And look at Max Nixon, the Warrior. One side of his sock is ripped right off of his leg, and when God
He's
made a
wearing a
football
f-
player, I think Max Nixon was what he had in mind.
Yeah, he is. I know the NFL films are doing the perfect prototype quarterback, but he's the perfect prototype
And this is a
defender.
pass. Thomas
Wow.
we talked about his ability. And he
takes
throws
a
it.
hit, and
Jenny
it's
Pants
intercepted.
picks it off. What a play by Johnny Pants.
Oh, and he took a big lick. He took a huge hit when he was releasing that ball
Now,
by
John,
number
you
10.
talked about this earlier in the year about Johnny Pants.
Craig
You wanted to
Coleman.
see him make a play, Coleman on the pressure. There was a play by Johnny Pants that you really have been asking for all year. Going up, it looked like a pitch pass or a lateral pass, and what a play he made to go up and get that football climb the ladder.
Yeah, great possession catch, I like to call it. When two men have a 50-50 equal opportunity at the ball, and you literally take the possession, you take percentiles from the other person, and you say, this is going to be my ball. Not only that, but listeners, geez Louise, Craig Coleman, number 10 from Parkside, destroyed that option wide receiver who ended up throwing that ball and that little bit of trickery that's Thomas, and laid a Goldberg spear on him.
Here comes Jake with 3x2, tight end to his right. Hands the ball again off, and Gallant trying to get to 100.
Oh, wow.
He gets about 2 or 3 there.
Great tough
Fans,
run.
Crown Rust Control, located at 565 Glasgow Street, offers rust proofing and protection products to extend the life of your vehicle, working hard to deliver to their customers the best product. Service and warranty in the industry. Wishing the Junior Mustangs the best of luck this season. That's Crown Rust Control, located at 565 Glasgow Street.
Yeah, I got to take my Chrysler 300 over there. Those boys treat me nice.
John, you're on fire, buddy. I'm telling you.
I love
And
today.
Gallant gets his 84th yard of the game.
Great
on his
football.
6th carry, John. Second and let's call it 7 for the Mustangs. And Jake with a high snap. He hands it off inside, and this time
my
it's a broken
goodness.
tackle, and this is Travis Butt
Oh, my
on the carry, and
gosh.
he's going to be, I think he's got it, John.
He does. And you know what? That was number 51, Riley Greer, who gave him the quick little pop to the face there. As he was wrapped up by the defensive lineman there. Number 97 as well. That's Seamus Milligan from Centennial CBI. But this kid's a workhorse, man. He took that and got up, and he's ready for more. I'm really, really falling in love with this guy as a football player.
Yeah.
That's my type of running back.
Here comes Jake with. He's got a tight end set to his left, and
Will he
he's got
sign
2
with the
receivers.
Steelers?
And he's got 3x2. Hands it off inside to Butt. Butt makes a move, cuts it inside, bounces it outside, and he's going to get about a 2-yard gain.
I thought he was going to shiver off 2 300-pound men.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
Travis Butt, number 26, and he's out of Montcalm secondary. Interesting, great to see Travis out here running the football, and his running mate Shane Cameron getting healthy, and I know he's, I think, signed with the Beefers. Love to see Shane back out there. It's been an interesting day for the Mustangs, to say the least, and the JV's clinching first place, and the Bantams clinching first place, and of course, unless there's a drastic score change in Essex, the Mustangs will fall short. This 3rd season in the OPFL, and this is their second season
Oh,
finish.
it might be picked.
And Jacob gets rocked as he throws the ball outside this time to, I think it's Mosen, or is that number 31? I can't tell.
That's number 31.
31, Benjamin Sullivan on a Sir Frederick Banting, and that's incomplete.
So we have a turnover here.
Well, it's punt, actually, John. It'll be 3rd and...
Oh, sorry, one
8.
more play, yeah.
So Jacob took a little shot there. As
Man,
the
yeah,
backup
he
said.
did. Yeah, he did.
Coach Joe Cercelli talking to him, and Joe Cercelli and JP. Obviously, at Windsor, we want to wish Team Ontario and JP Cercelli and all the junior Mustangs that are out there. We got Matthew Henderson, we got Caden Jajo, we've got Jameson Eves, all some of these guys used to play with the Mustangs. Rayshawn Blake, one of the top receivers at that Team Ontario East Red Black game, and the list goes on. There's many,
Love
many
you,
more that are out
fellas.
there. Alex Chang.
Yep.
Just the list.
Oh, a
goes
fake snap. This is beautifully designed. Ooh. Oh. Oh, he pulled the Derrick Henry stuff on.
I just don't understand why you would do that at this point. But anyways.
You know what? I agree with you, Coach. I agree with you. I got a little too excited there. He just shivered a man off of him.
I'm trying to get the number, guys.
Oh,
Can you
my
guys get it
gosh.
for me? He's right here. I can't see the number. Is it?
26. That's
No,
number.
right down here. He's right here, Coach. He's this guy. Is it? It's Coleman. Coleman with a 60-yard run, and Coleman on his first carry of the year, 60 yards and a first down, and on the fake punt. I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's not going to win any favors from Stevenson Bone. I don't think, and Coach Ferraro. I don't know. I mean, hey, it's a nice play, John, and you were
At this
Still
point,
full of energy. I'm ready to pass out. But,
at this point,
Adam, what did
as
you think of that call?
I think you're ahead. It's a guy who hasn't touched the ball a whole lot this game. Let him run, and he had a beautiful run.
But Adam Butt takes it for 4 or 5. I guess you're right. I don't know.
you know what, Coach? Though Coach Melrose predicted it at the start of the game, and you insinuated it when we alluded to the handshake. You show up as men and you leave as men, but while we're on the gridiron, this is a battle. These are two warrior compounds
If I was
going
on the other
against each other.
sideline, there'd be another battle happening after the game. I can promise you that. It would be a nice war of words. But that's just me, guys. I'm a little different. I just don't, I don't know. It's tough. We were trying to run a play tonight, and the refs made our guy take a knee. It was actually Claylo at quarterback.
There's a flag here.
I'm not sure where that ever came from, but Jake With carries the football, and he gets about 2 or 3. We'll see what the flag is.
And he's wrapped up immediately. It looks like a man's down for the Guelph Griffins. He's corralled by number 22. That's Caleb White once again. Or sorry, Aiden Haley, the DB out of Centennial.
And that'll take us down. This will be the last play, guys, here. Jake With will have a second, unless they decline it. I'm not sure why they decline it.
Oh.
It is declined, so it'll bring up third and about 3, I guess.
Do you agree with that call, Coach? I do not.
I would take the penalty and move them back, but I guess, I don't know. And the Mustangs are going for it with Jake within the ball game.
Why
and
not?
This I understand because Jake With, but I'm talking about the fake punt. I don't know. Anyways, it is what it is. Doesn't matter. Quads. Jake With hands the ball off inside the Butt. Butt bounces outside. Butt's got some room. He's got a lot of room. And Butt is going to score from 11 yards. And
nobody wanted to play.
Yeah.
It was like watching the 70s Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know
John,
what?
You are on fire, sir.
Yeah,
I will say this tonight.
Well, you know what?
I think you just love this game a little too much, Coach.
Well, guess what? I
That's
do love this game.
There's
but
nothing wrong with that.
Someone needs to call. Someone needs to call 911, not for me, but for the Guelph Junior Griffins, because this is getting outrageous.
And I think too, Coach. I mean, John McKay had enough energy for 4 games last week, and now he's just squeezing that same sort of energy into 2 games.
Did 2. Zayd had to come in.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Zayd gave his first call, and John McKay enjoyed that great barbecue from Hot Italian Sandwiches, and
awesome. And
all our great sponsors, Adam. I just want to highlight really quick. We've kind of talked about it, but. Junior Mustangs would like to thank our proud corporate sponsors, Beckett Personal Injury Lawyers, Source for Sports, Oxford Learning Centers, King of the Pigs, IRS Security, Subaru of London, Budapest Restaurant, Picture Day Photography. Did I say King of Pigs? I did. Centerfield Sports Facility, Crown Auto Care, Spartan Nutrition, McMaster Chevrolet for supporting our great football community. And guys, the Pee Wees won, Adam. Pee Wee Orange, Bruno DeSando, 26, broke the record, 26 in a row. The Adam team won their first championship undefeated. Congratulations to Bruno and Brian, and then our Jeremy Masterson with the Pee Wee Blue 9-on-9 win. So 2 gold medals, 1 bronze, and a lot to be said here as the Mustangs will be hosting the championships as Jake With hands the ball. I guess, was there a penalty and that didn't count, and they get another holding penalty?
Yeah, we missed something there, Coach.
Sorry, guys. I thought it was a done deal, but I guess it wasn't.
No, definitely something went down when we were chatting because I even put the score up, and then all of a sudden I saw them setting it back up. I thought.
Another holding penalty on the Mustangs, so we'll afford it. And Travis Butt has 2 touchdowns in a row, called back with 12 minutes to go. I'm not sure why the clock's not running, guys. We're in the 35-point area.
Yeah. Mercy rule.
And like I said, it's been just one of those days.
And I don't want to seem disrespectful towards the Guelph Junior Griffins. You know what? They're working with very young kids, very talented roster here. It's a developmental year, You have to pick up your or lick your wounds, and put some salt in them.
Again, John, I have no problem with. Jacob's got to get his reps. They got some backups in right now. That's different, right? But I'm saying the fake punt was just something I wasn't expecting. That's just me.
I think it's to put it on film, Coach. For
yeah,
other
maybe you're
teams,
right, and maybe you're right.
For
Yeah,
playoffs.
and again, that's why Gary Allenby's got 2 back-to-back championships. But gets the ball, breaks a tackle, gets about 2, but nothing more. It'll bring up second and along 18, I would say, guys.
As the Junior Mustangs are starting to cramp as well.
Yeah, it's hot, man, and that's the end of the third, Adam. Third quarter's in, Adam. We're 1 quarter away from the end of the regular season for Varsity.
Absolutely, Coach. And we're looking at going into the fourth right now. London Junior Mustangs with a 5-0 on the screen. Still nothing for the Junior Griffins. And, we're pulling for them. We're hoping they can put some numbers on the board. I just don't see it happening, Coach. I think that goose egg stays up there. I think London could put in nothing but their third strings. I think Guelph still struggles, unfortunately, just from what we're seeing today.
Well, the Mustangs are missing a lot of guys, a lot of injuries. I'll just go over the report, guys. Bronson is out from Oak Ridge with an injured knee. Tanner Dockstader is away. Ibrahim Dagar is away. Edward Nagy isn't on the roster today. Hedden Hurlick's away. Adam DeCracker's away
Huge
at the Canada
names.
Cup. Josh Gillum out. Julian DeBono injured. Christopher Amazeketi injured. Alistair McLaughlin suspended. Mohamed El Shiar, Oak Ridge second year, out. Lucas Hessel injured, out for the year. Ahmad Madawi out of Western, he's out. Benjamin Tucker's away.
Jeez.
Tyler Kunkel's injured, and he's a Windsor product. And Matt Bain out of Lucas is away. And then Alex Chang is also at the Canada Cup. Some prominent names there, guys. Couple guys done for the season, guys.
Which is amazing because there's still a great amount of kids on the sidelines for London. I mean, that seems to be a theme of all of our squads. So somebody's doing some good recruiting.
Absolutely. Jaquith comes out with the second and 18 trips to the boundary. He runs the play action, hands it off. He actually keeps it. Throws to Curtis Fortune, and I don't know if he caught it, guys. Did he?
No, it bounced off the ground first.
So that's to Fortune, and it's incomplete. And we're going to see a Brian Garrity field goal.
First one.
Yeah, first one of the day. And Brian, who's been a pretty good kicker his whole career. This is his last year of varsity. He's won 2 championships with the varsity team.
So
Looking
again,
to get his third, and he's at Western, and he's behind some great kickers. Matt Legio, great kicker coach in Wheels, and Daryl Wheeler.
yeah, Daryl
Works with
Wheeler.
our guy Rivard,
Coach
helping
Kick.
him out a lot. Coach Kick,
Shout out
and,
Coach Kick.
Yeah, and I got one game, guys. I don't think you guys know this, but Daryl Wheeler and his 3 brothers, I coached a game against them. They're in the opposite team in semi-pro, a long time ago, but not that long, about 15 years ago. And the kick is low, and it's no good. And Guelph's going to look to run it out, and they are going to get it out.
Caleb White on the carry just gets
Who made that
thwacked.
tackle? My goodness. You got the
Caleb
number there, John?
White just gets thwacked.
53.
That was
That's
53.
Cam Garung and another solo tackle, his second on specials today. He also has a solo sack, so Cam Garung. Now, I'll tell you about Cam Garung, guys, out of Banton.
And we
I remember
have
on our
play-
Friday nights.
We have a player down here, Coach.
I remember that's a Guelph Griffin guy down.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's okay. But Cam Garung, Jamaquay, a guy who said that without football, he wouldn't even be in school right
It's
now.
number 5, that's Thomas Ness, the DB.
Yeah, Thomas Ness. But going back to Garung, he's a guy who says without football, he would not be where he is today. And Cam, I believe, is out of Sir Frederick Banting. And just a great story was on Football Canada Chat, CFC. I thought he came and spoke in front of all his teammates at camp, which isn't easy to do, John McQuay.
No.
And he talked about his passion to school and how football has given him an opportunity to pursue next level education. Great story.
Yeah, great story. And you love to hear stuff like that, motivational stuff like that, leadership tact, actually.
So the Mustangs with wholesale changes here on the defensive
have
side.
quads, no adjustments to quads.
There he comes, Mr.
yeah.
Trojak.
Yeah,
Welcome to Mr. Trojak's neighborhood.
and that's number 13, Jonathan Grundy from Bishop McDonald.
One of the things I've noticed when I do the stats, and I have the privilege of doing that for all the teams, but at the varsity level, it's just balanced, John McClay. Like, there's so many guys on the sheet. It's not like you got, there are times where you get guys like Coleman or Schwan Lee or some of these guys that go off, Johnny Pants, but today, very balanced. Many guys making plays for the Mustangs.
Absolutely, you're so correct on that. And it's just pick your poison at this point. And again, I allude to putting it on film, thinking of empathizing with the opposer or Glenn Mills.
Yeah.
It's tough stuff right now that he's watching. Another
There's a
flag
flag.
down. Ooh!
Max
and a
Nixon
big
saying,
pop.
welcome to Max Nixon's neighborhood.
And you know what is a power statement? Wearing an all-black sweater in the hot heat.
Yeah.
Like Sean Taylor, the loose one, not the dry fit one,
John,
the loose
you're
one.
wearing black, but you got the black sleeves cut off, and you're
Yeah.
We're but I was thinking today maybe you might have played in the NBA. Like, I know we got to get some weight.
I'm
You're
on
working
my,
on it, though.
I'm working on it. I'm on my Kevin Durant right now.
I kind of want to go where you are, and you want to go, well, not where I am, but just a little bit higher.
Yep.
But, you know, we didn't joke about it a little bit, Adam. 72 pounds. Thank you to Evolution Studios and Hot Italian Sandwiches, Adam. They've helped me a lot in my weight loss game. And, of course, your son and his crazy teammates who drive me crazy and make me lose about 5 pounds a day.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, Coach.
Cam Melrose, a great blocking receiver, a young first-year guy, putting a lot of minutes. Great special teams player for the Junior Mustangs. The whole Junior Mustangs
doesn't know how to
organization
lose.
plays special teams.
Cameron doesn't know how to lose.
No,
the kid does not know how to lose.
Tough son of a gun. I think he's going to play some H and tight end at the next level.
And here
Here's
we
a
see
throw.
another screen. It's their go-to, and he's going to meet Max Nixon. Oh, he's going to get suplexed.
Did you ever see the movie Jaws? Have you ever
He
seen
got
the movie
suplexed.
Jaws? I mean, the Mustangs are in gray, and the receiver catches the ball, and it's all of a sudden it's like just when you thought it was safe to go to the flat, and Max Nixon comes in and lays.
I think it'd be fair to have our DJ just play the theme from Jaws.
that's
Doo 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 doo
that,
doo doo
actually.
doo 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 doo.
You might be able to arrange that, would you, Adam? Maybe
I-
talk to him. Send him
I think
a
we could
text.
absolutely, as soon as the defense takes the
We might
field.
have to do that 'cause, when we have pregame warm-up and the other team walks in and let them know they're coming into shark-infested waters.
Yeah.
These nice gray uniforms that the Mustangs have.
Did anybody else just see a man suplex another man? Are we all just avoiding the fact that Max Nixon just suplexed a man?
Yeah,
Well, Max Nixon could also do some WWE one day, guys.
Yup. Jeez.
Talented athlete. And,
Talented athlete. A privilege to watch this type of football. It's different. It's special.
6:50 to go, guys. Clock is running. 50-0 Junior Mustangs. And again, you know, the Guelph Griffins, they've got some good stuff. They just a young team, and you know
Let's see
they
if
will
they
make
el-
the playoffs. So
Let's see
it'll be
if they
interesting to see
elect
what they
for the
do.
safety on this punt.
They add the guy in that you don't
Yeah,
like.
they have to. They have
And
to.
who's the closest guy? Number 30, Buchanan gets his first 2 points of his career.
And he was the guy who actually was cramping up earlier that I had commented on. So he sucks it up and gets his first sack.
Yeah, John
Congratulations.
Buchanan. Yeah, good for him.
We'll shout out Budapest Restaurant for that good old good old sack lunch.
And if you guys don't mind, a quick YouTube TV shout out to a couple of our watchers right now: Bert Bencourt, Meredith Buckley. Big shout out to Mike Valenza, and
we love you.
yeah, I got a guy named Jason Smith watching as well. So big thanks to everybody getting in on the chat here on Junior Mustangs TV on YouTube.
Yeah, you know, we have a great fan base, but you know, it's not just one team. Everybody, you know, Bert, I know, is working at Sunfest. If you get a chance, go and support your London Beefeaters. And Jesse Maddox, talk about that, John McCoy. You're going to be a part of that. What a great guy, Jesse, man, coming back to be the head coach of the Beefeaters. Kind of changing a few things. I know Rob Annan's really happy. I can't wait to maybe call a few games for the Beefeaters this year. Adam, I think they're requesting our services, so try to work that out. Love to support those London Beefeaters. I actually called their first ever Eastern, whatever the division is, the OFC, their first championship a few years ago.
Oh wow.
On the radio. Oh, there's Jake with, he's got his guy, Curtis Fortune. I'm going to go eat 1,200 calories and lift some weights in about an hour for a first down.
And he's wrapped up by number 21 there. That's Danny Nguyen out of Guelph SVI.
It's very important minutes for Jacob too as you get into the playoff run, and you know El Gurzma having the 6 for 6 day, 2 touchdown passes, 99 yards. Really good to see you know, Jacob kind of getting in the flow of the offense. You know, John, you need 2 going into the playoffs. We're lucky at Bantam; we've got 4. You know, the JVs have 4.
Yeah.
That's an important component. Be interesting to see as we watch you know, Matt Baker take his JV team to the next level. Here we go. And Jacob hands the ball off inside Travis Butt with the run. And Travis Butt rumbles and stumbles and bumbles for about 7.
My gosh, and somebody just got their clock cleaned on that crack.
That looked like Coach
block.
Sean. Coach Sean went flying earlier in the game. It was kind of interesting. I don't know if you saw that, Melrose. Coach Sean got taken out of the
Now a
game.
little technical point from a coaching standpoint. Number 26 there needed to switch ball hands there.
I did miss that. It must have been hard for Coach Sean if he's wearing those flip-flops.
He wasn't wearing them, I promise you that, on the sideline. But he did wear them before the game just to irritate his one and only me.
If nothing else, we know how to get you fired up there, Coach.
Yeah, for sure. Just send Sean Campbell at me and you'll get me fired up 100%.
Looks like number 22's confused here on the defense.
Quads for Jake with. He's got 1-on-1 if he wants it with Fortune.
Oh,
but he
jeez.
looks to counter here to Butt, and Butt
Yeah,
rumbles
that
and
kid-
stumbles.
that kid
and
had
Butt
it
has
in.
some room. He's got some room. He might go
It's
30,
that kid's
25,
lane,
20,
22
15, 10. He will go all the way, and
Yeah.
Butt was denied earlier. But wow, 55 yards, Travis Butt with the touchdown. Congratulations to Mr. Butt. And with 4:34 to go, guys, the Mustangs firing on all cylinders.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Jay and Coach Melrose, what happened there? The Guelph Junior Griffins, number 21, I just shouted him out, Danny Nguyen, actually bumped over to the quad side, took himself out of that gap assignment, and Travis Butt literally ran right up his
Well, yeah,
butt.
they go quads, and a great call by Joe Ciselli, the counter. And like you said, there's no support. And I like
Great
the way
ISO
Butt.
blocks.
I like the way Butt followed his blocks. and then
Yeah,
just
great ISO block.
Nice finishing speed by Butt. The kid out of Montcalm, good for him.
Yep. Nice hold. Good pressure from the Guelph Junior Griffins. I think
That's Ron Florida on the headset. Usually he does our calls, but again, John Urban and Chris Lyons are out of town. John Urban's at the Canada Cup. John, talk
Holding
about
it
tomorrow.
down.
Ontario, British
Versus
Columbia,
Team
6 o'clock.
BC.
Isn't that going to be a great game? I know we're going to be congregating at Melrose's house. I'm sure he's probably tired of us, but we're going to head over there and watch that game. What do you guys think as Team Ontario goes into BC? Who's going to win that ball game, boys?
Well, of course, I got to give it to the hometown boys, right? So I'll go in Ontario all day on that one.
Yeah, BC talented offensive type of team, but like you said, in Ontario, the opener, Kingston, the nightcap, and we know that John Urban's got a call at 9 in the morning, so we wish him the best, and we wish everyone at the Canada Cup all the best. I hate to tell you guys, I have to lean with one team to win it all. It's where I'm from, Quebec. So as much as I know Ontario's going to give them a great fight, it's hard for me to pick against my Montreal boys.
Got
John.
it. Hard to go against that Belle Provence, eh?
Yeah, yes, they're pretty good. I like the Baby Blues too. Reminds me of my Expos and my Houston Oilers, who no longer exist. Here's the kickoff. Deep to about the 5 will be returned by the Guelph returner, John
Caleb
McQuaid.
White, once again.
And he's got some room.
He's
and
got middle return
number
once
31
again.
on the tackle, John.
Yeah, pretty vanilla return
That's a
here
wide
once
receiver.
again.
Number 31, Benjamin Sullivan. Sir Frederick Banting has some ball players on this varsity team.
They're really declaring themselves right now, putting themselves on the map. Not really a really highly touted program.
They used to be phenomenal, let's be honest. I
Yeah.
mean, Sir Frederick's always, just the last couple of years, kind of fell off a little bit. But, you got Johnny Pants, you got this gentleman, Sullivan, you've got Buchanan, who I think is a tremendous athlete, which he
Yeah.
showed his worth today
Yep.
on specials. 3:26 to go for the
Benjamin
Mustangs and the
Sullivan,
Guelph
yeah,
Griffins.
you
Here
got
comes
the
that
wide receiver,
that
too.
Matt Snyder type formation.
Cam Garung as well. We want to shout him out. He's over at Banting as well.
I don't even know what's going on here, guys.
Yeah, this
and they
is
snap a
foolish.
high
This
snap,
is
and the
stupid.
Mustangs. I don't even know. I don't know, guys, what just happened.
And there's, yeah.
Is that Palzenzi again, guys, or who is that? 25?
Okay, so Adam Melrose, you need to grab the NFL Football Follies soundtrack, I think is what is necessary at this point. Because
I'm trying to get the number, guys. No, is that Cam Garung? Yeah, that was Cam
That was
Garung.
Cam Garung,
Yeah,
good.
Made the play.
And again, that was a very, very awkward scenario formation.
Another tackle for loss for him, John. That's his second of the day for camp.
Couldn't tell you
No,
what's
I feel like
happening.
that play there was one of those plays in Madden that I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I'm going to try running it, and then you try and audible something at the last minute, and everything just falls apart.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
what that was right
The
there.
intention's great, but
User disconnected.
yeah. Something Sean Campbell would run. I remember back in the days you could make your own plays. Campbell had all kinds of ridiculous things going on. We had to ban him from a league. We had to ban him from fantasy. I'd throw him out of fantasy every day and then bring him back in.
As we see a quick wide receiver screen, it's their go-to to the wide side of the field, but it's sniffed out by the London Junior Mustangs.
And I'm not trying to lie to you guys. I'm literally telling you that every Monday on waiver day or Tuesday, Sean Campbell would get thrown out of the league, and then I'd readmit him at the end of the day. We'd have all kinds of. It's funny. At the end of the day, I love that guy. But
This
I'll
is
tell you,
still
he-
commentary on
Yeah.
that awkward sauce formation
Yeah.
that went for a loss.
Yeah, and
by
he's the guy,
way.
and he's the guy that would come up with those crazy things. You just be like, "What are you doing?" One time, I'll tell you a story with Campbell with Madden. I flipped the PlayStation and it didn't break. I don't know how it didn't break. He's using Brian Westbrook on me. It was right after the Patriots blew their 18-0 season to the Giants, and he was making fun of me. And Campbell didn't. There's always a fantasy guy. He loves Tom Brady as long as he's winning for him. And I lost my mind with my PlayStation.
Well, I believe that, Coach. I think the first time I ever came to visit your office, there was 4 rage quit PS4 controllers that were just destroyed on your
Hey,
desk.
let's be honest. I haven't broken one in about
Number
2
7.
years.
number 7, Ethan Berry,
Graham Crinden.
the new quarterback takes a very, very heavy shot.
Graham Crinden.
A very heavy shot.
Graham Crinden, never a guy that he's never liked to. He's just, that there's a guy who, old school Graham Crinden, and they get a roughness call.
Yeah, that was a heavy hit.
Yeah.
He was already wrapped going to the ground, and then he got hit up top. Kind of head hunting, so don't want to see that.
Graham Crinden, headhunting, come on, coach. You gotta be kidding me. Where's that Jaws music, Adam? I really want to hear it, man. Just cue Max Nixon up. Maybe we could be like Tony Romo, my favorite announcer, not. God.
You see the adjustment
Kill,
to the trip
kill,
side.
kill.
Love that screen.
It's a screen once again. Max Nixon.
And as I said it, there he
Oh,
gets out of
he
the tackle.
sniffs out the... Wow.
And number
there's-
5 on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Wow. Number
See,
13 on the carry. That's
If
Jonathan
you played the
Grundy.
music, Adam, I think Nixon would have got a fumble recovery. But instead, Guelph with 3 seconds left. Are they going to kick a field goal here, guys? Try to get on the board, or are they going to just
why
take
not?
a shot?
You got to take a shot.
Look at Nixon running like it's the first quarter. No problem after he just... They'll send 2 guys back. So, guys, listen, YouTube TV, Eric Ajax Communications, MRSN, ESPN, thank you, Don Matthews, for all your support. As our regular season for the Varsities comes in, we will not have the Bantam game next week as we are on the road to Ottawa in a game that, it's an important game, but the Mustangs today in Bantam clinching the first time ever in Bantam. And I know a lot of people don't understand this, but the first time ever that the Bantam program has been able to win a conference championship. That doesn't really mean much, guys, because there's a lot of football, but it does mean home field advantage, Adam. And you're a part of that. Talk about your experience this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the OPFL.
Yeah, it's something with these this group too. I had the pleasure coaching these 06-05 group 2 summers ago with Sean Campbell. I DC'd that team, and we made it to the finals there too. And there's something magical that happens with this 06-05 group, and I think we're seeing it right now. It's just a great and absolute pleasure to coach.
Look at this quads formation.
John McQuaid's
On the
up.
boundary side.
There's the shot. It
And
looks
it's
like
a Hail Mary quads look. That is just ridiculous.
It fell in his hands. He caught it. He caught it. Touchdown
I
by the
fainted.
Guelph Griffins. Oh, my
What?
goodness.
What is going on?
So Guelph
What? Peyton Garvey.
in and out of
Back in the game.
Johnny Pants' hands.
Oh,
and,
my goodness.
There's a
Coach.
flag, guys. There's a flag. I hope this isn't let's
Coach,
see.
how much more can... I can't handle
There's
it
a flag.
anymore.
I don't know what the flag is.
Wyclef John, someone please call 911. Oh my goodness. That was just a ridiculous
I don't
Hail
know who
Mary
caught that. I don't know if we
formation.
get the replay,
Who
but-
caught that ball?
Great
Peyton
play.
Garvey just pulled his best Aaron Rodgers impression there.
I
Goes
look more
to
like
the
Doug
sun.
Flutie. It bounced off one guy into another guy's hands.
Oh my goodness.
There is a flag. We're waiting to see who it's on. It's on the Mustangs for a rough play.
Oh wow.
59-6 now, and so this game will end. I don't know if we have a final from Cambridge, but it looks like folks at the Junior Mustangs at Varsity will finish second. So Purple Kool-Aid Productions, Mike Valenza, our producer, Adam Melrose, as they go for 2 here. We had Alex Stoddard on the cameras. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for all your
Don't
hard
go
work.
back to this ridiculous formation.
And we got the John McQuay, Sean Campbell, oop-de-oop formation from the 1. I feel like I'm in Varsity Blues right now.
This is just cockamamie.
As they
Low
run the fake,
snap.
he looks. He's got a guy
Got a
over
guy
the middle.
wide
And it's
open.
all incomplete.
Oh my god.
And so you see why they use this. And guys, for me, I'm KJ Kennedy. I'm going to turn it over to our producer. He's going to close us out here. But thank you so much for tuning in to YouTube, Junior Mustang TV, Eric Ajax Communications, Hot Italian Mamas, Evolution Studios, all the great sponsors that the Mustangs bring to you. And thank you to all our staff. And for John McQuay and KJ Kennedy, I'm going to turn it over to our producer, Adam Melrose, to take us home.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. We did have an absolutely fantastic day here at TD Waterhouse. We'll be doing our best to bring more of this live action to our Junior Mustangs TV channel. We'll be back here likely for the playoffs. And any other time we're at home, we'll definitely try and get this up for the people. And the championship weekend, all games will be broadcasted right here in the beautiful Forest City at TD Waterhouse. So, again, for Adam Melrose, KJ Kennedy, John McCain and Joku, and everybody else involved, we thank everybody for being a part of this. And please feel free to share this link afterwards. It will go live. So, from London, Ontario, have a great night, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks again.